Esports Arena tonight. We're starting with some Madden ECAC action, then we're going to transition to Smash and some Rocket League later in the night. I'm your host, Colby D'Angelo Alloway, and joining me tonight is Noah Guadara. And here tonight, like I said, we're starting in Week 3 ECAC Madden. We have Boise, who's been tried and true Boise State national winner tonight, going up against Carroll University, excuse me. Both of these players here tonight have a perfect 2-0 record. And Boise himself has already qualified for the Level Next National Championships. So Noah, what can his opponent do to prepare for such a strong adversary?
Well, I think one of the first things that an opponent can do to kind of face up against Boise is kind of learn how he plays, learn kind of what his favorite team is, which I've seen him play a lot of the Bucks, see what those power-ups do, like what those players are, how the offense plays, how the defense plays, and sort of either come up to a strategy to counteract it or come up with your own strategy that you think is better as we see the kickoff.
So it looks like we do have Boise State is actually the Chiefs here tonight. That's not what we were expecting necessarily. And it looks like as we're kind of determining a game plan going in here, we are first down, 4 minutes and 58 seconds remaining.
We'll see Mahomes, quarterback over here. We'll see what sort of play we have going on. And it is a run, and that actually is a first down here. Now, there's some good ground game for a run early in the match.
We have that 1st and 10. We've kind of reset back into the strategy selection here so far. Kansas City's just trying to get some distance down the field. We see that massive throw. Burton's running away with the ball. David's going to tackle. It looks like Edwards is going to be the one that actually ends up getting that final tackle there.
Yeah, not 2nd and 1, so it wasn't a first down, but it is only the 2nd down. That was a very nice quick pass. So just mixing up your strategy is sort of the name of the game in Madden 22 as we go for the pass, and that's actually a catch.
Amazing catch by Harden, made perfectly by Mahomes, throw straight down midfield. This puts Boise, for Boise State, the Chiefs, in a reasonable position to score.
Yellow! Yellow, 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 yellow!
We'll see what Boise comes up with here. Oh, and I think it's actually a sack.
Just held a little too long there as we reset in. We're discovering our strategy. We're trying to figure out overload blitz, what we want to do.
Yellow!
Looks like Mahomes is set up in the middle there. Edwards is defending on the right. Davis is defending on the left. So we're going to see Mahomes throws. That is just an immediate block.
So it's 3rd and 19, so it's not where you want to be on a 3rd down. So this really gives Boise about one more good play before maybe he considers doing a field goal, which would be the safe option, or maybe some sort of sneaky play in the 4th. But right now, you're just trying to get some yards here.
Mahomes is setting up for a throw. They're going to throw to Edwards. Edwards is going to get sacked by David there in the middle. Just small yard gains.
Yeah, back where we started, 4th and 10. Let's see. And it looks like Boise is opting for the field goal.
Just like you suggested, it looks like that is going to be a good field goal there. That puts Boise up in this score. 3-0 right now.
Yeah, kickoff, let's see if it's offset at all. A little to the right.
Let's see, Darden's going to take it down the field, see what they can do here. They're just going to get taken out by Burton there. They're just slide, just like, no, don't hit me.
That's fair. I wouldn't want to get hit by an NFL quarterback either. NFL player either.
They look like normal size on the field, but then you realize that everybody there is like above 6 foot tall, and so
6'7" and all that. Yeah. So now the Bucks are on offense with Tom Brady as their QB, and a nice pass gets first down. This player's still going. Gets stuck on the sidelines, but that's already sort of a repeat of what we saw earlier.
Yep. Definitely.
Goal 50. Check it.
So we have Brady in the middle there, going to throw down long to Miller, who is going to get sacked. That was not a lot of yardage.
It's 2nd and 2, so maybe opts for a run here. But with Tom Brady, there's no harm in trying your throws out. Actually, see where it goes, and another open pass.
White is going to be able to get the picture maneuver. Like, couldn't get away from the Chiefs walking in on either side.
Definitely. However, that does reset it to a first down, and already some good yardage being gained here by Carroll University.
72.
Let's see what sort of play they make, and another pass here. But actually, it's a sack.
Not quite. Doesn't get. We saw just the pass was barely about to come out there, and then bam, Brady hits the dirt.
Yeah, definitely. So it wasn't a fumble at least for Carroll University. And a quick pass, but it's
just going super fast. Got some amazing yardage there from that interception. Almost didn't get caught there. It was just a hair slower than the person running out.
Yeah, that's one of those hidden factors, speed stats in Madden. Unfortunately, the person intercepted was a slower person, but I don't think Boise's too upset about that.
We had a little bit of a run there. Currently, it is Boise State with the Chiefs with control of this ball right now because of that amazing interception at the end of the first quarter.
And the first quarter is 3-0. We'll see where the second quarter takes us.
Yeah, we're not too mad about that.
So it is still 2nd and 9 and very close to the Buccaneers touchdown zone. Actually, Mahomes is going for a pass. Yeah.
That's not quite what we were looking for there.
Well, give an interception, take an interception.
That's true. Just a little bit of a give and take there, but this is still only the beginning of the second quarter, so definitely lots of time to make that up. We see Brady throw down main. It looks like Rudolph is going to get tackled down there in the middle. 1st and 10.
Yeah, it looks like Carroll University sticking to the Buccaneers' strong suit, which is just throwing and throwing and throwing. I don't think they've actually done a single run. That one goes a little wide.
Throw was a little bit off there, yeah. Taking advantage of Brady's amazing throwing arm there. We do see Brady setting up in the middle. We expect this to be another throw in there. No? No, yeah, there's the throw. There it is. Rudolph is going to try to run that down. Dodge the first person, not able to dodge the massive group of 3 people coming in.
It is 3rd and 1, so there is room for 1, or if you're bold, 2 good plays to get this yardage. Maybe we'll see a run now. Who knows? Nope.
So it looks like... No, it looks like the throwing. Yep, Bucks throw. Throws to Evans. Evans is going to be able to go get away with it. It looks like Cornell is going to get that tackle. But that was a significant amount of yardage.
72.
And we actually see setting up for another pass, and it's a sack. I've seen this one before.
You have just waiting just a touch too long to get that amazing throw in. And then we're going to see, oh, we didn't get to see the replay of the sack. That's my favorite part of Madden.
No slow-mo?
No slow-mo sack. So it looks like Brady's going to throw straight to Rudolph, who's going to be immediately blocked. It felt like he had that ball and ran into a wall there.
Yeah. That player's probably, 2-minute warning here on this second quarter.
So, if Boise can hold here, they'll maintain their 3-0 lead. We'll see if they're able to do that. Brady's kind of trying to think of a little bit of a plan there. Gonna run in Fournette, gonna immediately get stopped. Not a lot of yardage there.
Yep. So the first throw on that this Tom Brady does isn't very successful, and we'll see a field goal on the side of the Buccaneers. Now
Yep.
It is even up 3-3.
Field goal for field goal. Neither of these teams have gotten a straight touchdown, but 3-3 can't complain too much as we go all the way back to the middle and set up for kickoff. Perfectly timed kick.
Yeah. Offset right again.
Straight into Burton's hands. We're going to see them run down midfield there and get stopped by what looks like Ryan there, number 27.
And we'll see how the Tampa Bay defense plays this.
See Mahomes down the middle looking for a throw. Going to pass it to Edwards, who is going to be taken out by Delaney.
Yeah. That sort of seems to be the name of the game for these
Small yardage.
Small yardage, yes, definitely. That is very successful. But just getting those quick open passes off, because the more you try to go for long passes, you're probably going to miss, or you're going to get intercepted. Yeah.
Ooh, Mahomes wasn't even able to throw that. Just kind of backed up and immediately got pinchered by people on both sides.
Yeah, definitely. The offensive line has been struggling on both sides this game. Perhaps that can be discussed on ESPN or something. I'm just joking. But
so it looks like Edwards is going to catch the ball, but then immediately get tackled by Watson, I believe. Looks like we're resetting it. It is 1st and 10 with 49 seconds remaining in the second quarter, 3-3.
Yep, definitely. At this point, you might want to try getting some big passes.
Ooh!
And actually, that one isn't caught.
Almost. That was almost the big pass you were looking for, but we were able to subvert that a little bit. So now Brady is, there is no yardage gain. Brady is set back up in the middle here.
That missed pass, does stop the clock, though. So that gives Tampa Bay some more time.
Godwin's going to catch that one. It looks like Snead is just immediately going to take them down. Significant yardage gain, though.
The clock stopped once again. So LAU's playing into Tampa Bay's favor here. Allowing time to think, allowing time to see where Tom Brady's going to throw to, because this guy doesn't run, apparently.
Apparently not. So it looks like, I mean, there's the other throw we were doing. Godwin is going to catch that one. Beautiful catch.
Yeah. And since it went out of bounds, again, the clock is stopped, so this just gives Brady more and more time.
The longer you give Brady to strategize, the worse it gets for you, at least in the real world here.
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh, that is just good. Yep. There's that first touchdown. Just Brady sent it sailing right into Godwin's hands there, and then they get the bonus little kickoff here. That kick is not quite perfect, but looks like it's still going to go in. So, with 28 seconds remaining in the second quarter, we are 3-10. The lead going to the Buccaneers, actually, which is Boise State. We have been debated, it appears.
Yeah. Well, Boise does like to play the Bucks, and so I suppose it's no surprise that he actually is playing the Bucks. Colorado University, Kansas City Chiefs had good early run in the first quarter. I don't think they're going to have very much time in the second quarter, but it actually is some good early yardage, and it does stop the clock. So they have 20 seconds to play with.
And we'll see what they're able to do with 2nd and 5, down 7. Looks like Mahomes is just kind of setting up in the middle there. Thinking about a throw, is going to actually make the throw. No, the interception!
Yeah, he saw the sack coming, and so he just kind of threw it away, and that's how those interceptions happen. And so now you've left 15 seconds to Tom Brady. Give this man 1 second, and he'll give you a touchdown. So we got to... I think Kansas City, Carroll University is going to be sweating a little bit, trying not to have
long yardage gain. Brady tossing it right down the field to Rudolph.
Yep, timeout used, I believe.
9 seconds. Wow, what a timeout. Now is the time for strategy at the beginning of this. Oh, end of the second quarter here.
Definitely. 1st and 10 still. 10 points versus 3. We'll see what Tom Brady goes for. And that's actually an open pass.
There it is. Brady Garland, they have a more iconic duo.
Yeah. And Boise is really
Perfectly timed kick.
perfect. Wow.
Let's go sailing in. Raise the flag for the Bucks.
I think it's pretty generous how much you can be on that game because that field goal is pretty large. However,
Now it's a kickoff. Looks like it's going to go straight to Burton. Burton now starts running down the field. Is going to miss the tackle by Otten. It looks like they are going to just get sacked in a pile of people. Close to the middle of the field.
got 1 second left, so really, I think for this halftime, Mahomes has got to go for some sort of Hail Mary play.
Oh, no.
What? That,
Can't Hail Mary from the dirt. So far, Boise, it looks like Carroll University, they definitely came out swinging. They came out with the first 3 points, but now it is Boise State and the Bucks with a lead.
Yep, 10-3, or sorry, 17-3, and Boise is just playing to the Buccaneers' strategy, which is let Tom Brady throw.
Do Brady things.
Yeah, do Brady things. Yes. So Mahomes is also a very good quarterback.
Just the first one, I thought he was going to go down. Does actually end up going down the second one, but managed to get an extra 5 yards there.
Yeah.
Oh, here we are, back to Brady doing
Tom
Brady
Brady
things.
has the ball again. We'll see if this is another successful drive or if the Kansas City Chiefs defense can actually stop the Bucks here.
Brady's thinking.
Brady has so much time, but he might just throw it away.
Not quite out there. I mean, you can't send them all beautifully.
Yeah. It looked like the offensive line was holding, and then 1 second later it wasn't holding, so you just got to do what you got to do.
So 2nd and 10, 4 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Kansas City down 3 to the Bucks 17.
No, 66.
Brady's got to come up with a play here.
Yeah, definitely. All it will take is 2 good touchdowns.
There's a curve route. Looks like Fulton is going to take him down, but we gained some decent yardage off of that throw.
Yeah,
Not a whole lot of runs, but the throws have been real nice.
definitely. As long as you get that first down, it doesn't matter if your throw isn't beautiful or if it's not that much. It's really just getting that first down until you get to the end, and that's a big throw.
Wow! He's still going! Fending off Ryan there! He's still going! What amazing yardage over there! We saw him straight up put his palm in Ryan's face, just like, no, get off me! I'm not done running! And now we're back to Brady, and this could be a potential touchdown.
Yeah,
He's
I
handing
see a
off.
run.
Boise delivers. That is Tampa Bay 23 to the Chiefs 3. Perfectly timed kick, getting a bonus field goal in there. And with 3 minutes and 17 seconds left in the third quarter, the Chiefs have really got to adjust their strategy. Kick's not quite there, but with such a significant lead, sending it right to Burton, who's going to run straight into, I believe, Walker number 45, and just immediately get taken down.
Yeah, and no matter how good you play defense on the Chiefs at this point, defense doesn't get you points. You're going to have to start making some throws here, so we'll see if Mahomes can do that. Gets a run, and that's not the yardage you want to see in 2nd and 12.
Short leg run. Kind of ran right into another body.
Yeah.
So it looks like Mahomes is set up in the middle, thinking about running, thinking about throwing. It looks like they're going to back up. Looks like they're just set up for a throw. No, not even. The Bucks are already on top of it.
So it's 30 to 21. At this point, you start to sweat a little bit.
This defensive line can't keep him protected long enough for him to figure out the throw there. We see Mahomes again standing back as we reset.
Actually, it looks good, but it's not the first down. It's 4th and 1. And Mahomes is now going for a play because he knows that he can't just kick the ball away. He has to get some points, and that actually is first down.
He's running. Edwards going to take him down.
So that takes some of the pressure off of Kansas City
Yellow.
and Cal University. However, they still need to get down the field if they want to stand a chance of getting some points on the board.
Because in these final 56 seconds, I think this is going to be where the game is determined here. As the tackle goes out, and we are reset back to Mahomes, 1st and 10. This is what they were looking for. That was a pretty nice throw. Gets us some decent yardage. Pretty fantastic dog pile. I think that was up 4 people at one point.
Yeah, I think it also got fumbled, but it looks like Kansas City secured it still. So
Looks like they did. So Kansas City is still in this with 14 seconds remaining. Hardman's got to do something here. They're going to immediately get tackled by Edwards.
another first down though. We'll see if Tampa Bay can come up with it.
No, not quite. The timer ran out. This is 24-3, and that's a ooh, feels bad.
I think it should get placed down to where it was again, if I am correct. Yeah, so still is 1st and goal.
Yep. So they just had to wait the extra end of the quarter there. This is 4th quarter. 5 minutes, 3-24. Can Kansas City make up 21 points? We're about to find out. Mahomes is going to throw that straight to Hardman. I mean, there's 7 points right there, and now they get the opportunity for the field goal.
Yep. The dream is never dead until you give up on it.
And it looks like that field goal goes in. Currently, we're 10-24. In the 4th quarter, 4 minutes and 57 seconds remaining. Kansas City's got to come out with a strong offense if they want to take this away from Boise State.
Yeah, definitely. So, goes to Darden. Just
Juke the first one. Couldn't manage to do it the second time.
I don't know if that was a juke, as more the player ran by. But
Call it a juke.
all right.
Give Darden the credit. Looks like Brady's set up in the middle there. Ooh, passing. This is a run. That's gonna go. Brady's mixing it up. Gained a little bit of yardage there. 2nd and 3. 4th quarter, 4 minutes and 19 seconds remaining.
Seems we have truly witnessed the impossible happen here today.
Oh, they're gonna do it again. Straight pass at Fournette. That didn't gain us as many yards as the first time we tried that.
So, I don't want to be too analytical here, but I think he's doing runs to run out the clock, pun not intended, just to get that timer down as much as possible.
Well, I mean, with 3 minutes and 32 seconds remaining, that's a short amount of time to kill.
I don't think that sack was intentional.
Is a sack ever intentional? So we're 4th and 10. Ooh, perfect accuracy. One pass. We see that.
Wait, I thought it got dropped there.
I guess we'll have to wait and see on that replay. And when we reset and see the...
Yeah.
No, yeah,
It did get dropped.
Yep. Bullet accuracy was all for naught.
Definitely, and Mahomes is running now.
Gonna send it right to number 9 there. And as soon as he catches it, gonna get sacked. So now it is the Chiefs. Mahomes is doing a run. Ew. That was an ugly throw. But I mean, he had to get rid of the ball just immediately before he was sacked there. 4th quarter, 2 minutes and 51 seconds remaining. 10-24. Buccaneers in the lead.
Yeah. We'll see if Mahomes has a lot of time here, actually, but he's starting to run out. And he really just wants to throw through these cameras.
He really wants he really wants to make a word for it. He wants to get the audience some souvenir footballs here, it looks like.
But it still is only 3rd and 10, so it's not that precarious of a position. That is.
I got that one through. The Buccaneers were there to stop it, but couldn't quite get that in time, so this is a Kansas City Chiefs touchdown.
Yeah, now this takes it within 1 touchdown and a field and an extra point. So now
17-24, still a pretty significant lead for the Buccaneers with 2 minutes and 41 seconds remaining as we set up at the next kick.
Definitely. A lot of time can be wasted on the side of the Buccaneers if they play it correctly, but also Boise might consider trying to just score a touchdown to widen the gap again.
So it looks like Brady's setting up. Will we see a throw here? No! We see the pass straight down the middle. Fournier. Oh, wow. Really threaded the needle there. Walked through, I think, 7 people before finally getting tackled.
That sounds about right.
2-minute warning. 17 to 24. The Bucks lead is pretty comfortable right now.
Yeah, if a lot of time can be wasted on this offense, that's what you like to see.
Throws it right. Fournier is going to be taken down by Thornhill, number 22.
So it is 2nd and 3. There's a minute 53. Oh, a minute 25, 24. So we'll see what if Brady mixes it up again, and he does.
Brady's doing a lot more pass-offs instead of throws right now. The goal might not necessarily be yardage. I think you might have hit the nail on the head when we were talking about stalling earlier.
Yeah, what is a run or a pass-off other than a really short throw?
So it looks like Rudolph is finally going to get taken down. There was a valiant effort made for Rudolph to stand on their feet.
Hey, first down was secured, and that is going to mean that Boise is going to feel pretty good about doing whatever he wants.
Which is sitting in the middle of the field.
Hey, he doesn't want his players to get injured, all right?
Understandable. Fournier's just like, no, don't hit me. I'm down. I'm down.
Yeah.
17 to 24.
That's the game.
A minute remaining. That is the game. Going to go to the Buccaneers and Boise State behind the controller. So, I mean, there's the victor of first round right there.
Yeah, definitely a good showing by Boise on the Buccaneers, getting those early touchdowns with those very long passes and also some of those short passes. Unfortunately, Kansas City Chiefs made a good, valiant attempt to come back, but it wasn't enough in the end.
Do you have any short thoughts before we take it to a break and then get to our next two?
Tom Brady is a really good quarterback.
Of course he is. We all know that. Number 1 in the game and number 1 in real life. So it looks like we are going to go right to a break, but stick around because we still have more Madden for you.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Bridges and hospitals in a day. We're going to save families from disaster and feed those left in the cold. We invite you to join us. The next greatest generation is now.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
Hello and welcome into the Boise State Esports Arena. Tonight we are back with Madden action. We just took a short break. Currently Boise State is up 1 against Carroll University. I'm your host, Colby D'Angelo Alloway, and joining me tonight are two very special guests that we're excited to have, which is Mike Prater and Johnny Ballgame, who are here for all of the Madden and football action.
It's a lot of fun. This is the first time I've ever been in this building. My partner's been here once before, and I mean, Doc did a terrific job describing it today when we had him on our show, but it's almost like that description still didn't give it the true justice of how killer this place is.
Absolutely. I mean,
Blows us away. Thanks for having us.
yeah,
This
we're
is
excited.
his first time in here, and I was here 3 or 4 years ago. The upgrades are amazing. This arena is amazing. I mean, you're going to have a hard time kicking him off the set. I promise you that. So I don't know how much time he's got, how much time you got, and all these different camera angles. Ball game. This is like, you know, we're from Prater in the ball game, Idaho Sports Talk, and look at this desk. You can write on the desk.
Would you like a marker? Have anything that you'd like to put down?
Our chairs in our studio are 35 years old, so this is kind of cool. We may never leave.
Oh, this is awesome. Boise State is a wonderful place to do esports, but bringing it back to the game, Doc's keys to the game in Madden are every play has a counter, make critical adjustments, don't throw across the body, and dagger to the heart. And Doc's keys to the game are brought to us by Drop-In Gaming. Drop-In Gaming is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. So as we get right into game here, this is you guys' domain. Tell me what's going on.
You know, okay, so Williams, Boise State is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers,
Yep.
correct? And Carroll College is
Can we
Kansas
write
City
that down?
Chiefs.
Can I write that down? Can I actually use this?
I'm thinking, I like the fact that Boise State goes with Brady here. He's still the best quarterback in the league. Fournette's a really good running back in Madden. I don't know where their injuries are, but if they're not, I mean, he can have a really good offensive line, too. I just see that. And then the Chiefs, obviously, they're the team that everybody wants to beat. You have firepower all over the place. I know the receivers aren't as good as they were last year, but everything else makes them a team that you're going to want to beat. Defensively, maybe they give up maybe a few more yards than you would like, or they don't have a couple, 2 or 3 guys to be on defense to control that are as good as some other teams have. But I think it comes down to the Mahomes factor. These two teams, I'm sure, are picked to run in terms like this, Brady.
Nicely done, Bobby. You absolutely. How did he do?
How did he do? I mean, the analysis on the game is awesome,
Yeah, I'm not worried about his analysis.
but we also want to know what's happening in game. Who's throwing to who? What's going on? 2nd and 11?
This was a dumb question I was going to ask you then, as kind of a rookie here. When you do your thing, you're literally doing the play-by-play.
Yeah.
Is there any different? What kind of esports spin do you put on it?
So they're giving us the story, right? And it's our job to tell that story, tell what's going on as Mahomes is in the middle of the field. Is he going to throw it? Is he going to run it? Looks like he's backing up, setting up for a throw there. He's going to give it straight to Hardman, who's immediately going to get tackled, but a lot of yardage was gained. 1st and 10 with 3 minutes and 14 seconds remaining.
That's what I'm talking about. Love that. I absolutely love that.
Mahomes with the ball to the Tampa 22, back to pass, all kinds of time to the corner of the end zone. And that's going to be an incomplete pass. Travis Kelce, the intended target. Mahomes loves it. Brings up a decent-sized 2nd and 10 here. Is this a run play? Or do you still throw it with Mahomes? He's going to
With Mahomes, you're going to throw it. You're going to
right.
throw it.
Interception!
Carlton Davis, the third from Auburn on the Plains, and I'll tell you that, he could pick that one off on a mountain.
Yeah, and if he hadn't had it, he had another teammate. I didn't see the number right off the bat. There was another guy right there as well. Holy cow. You don't see that kind of mistake from Mahomes very often.
You know, and in this game, I mean, this is a collegiate game of John Madden football, or just Madden now. I'm not allowed to call it John anymore on the game that I grew up on. But with these two guys, I mean, turnovers, I mean, are at such a premium in these games. They play 5-minute quarters, okay? You can get up by 2 scores and feel very comfortable, especially if you get the ball after halftime to begin the 3rd quarter. That was a key turnover in the red zone too. Let's see what Tommy Boy can do right here. I doubt Giselle is watching this game, and I think that's good for him. Wide open, Chris Godwin, middle of the field, 1st down. That's Tom Brady, huh? He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty smooth. He's going to march his way down the football field and take care of some business here. Is this from this season? Is this 2022 or
Yes,
2021?
this is the newest
This is the
edition.
newest
Everything
edition.
is fresh. Rosters, they probably factor in injuries. Yes, this is. I think that this is the actual 2 teams playing. That's how legit and how close to real these rosters are right now. It's insane.
Do they update can you update
Yes.
the rosters on a virtual basis?
Yes, they have the Madden company, the Xbox Live or whatever the company is, they will update the rankings as the weeks go. So like Geno Smith probably has a way better rating now. Evans over the
Just barely
over
gonna
the
get
defender
tackled.
on the left, 80 perfect placement. First and goal from the 2.
Mike Evans has become one of the greatest, dominant, secret, quietest, mysterious football players in the National Football League over the last couple of years.
Gonna give it to Fournette on first down. Naga, not gonna make it this time. Let's see, second trips left. You know, Bob Beeler would be great down here,
Bob
Prater.
Beeler would be all over this thing right now.
Here's the give to Fournette. He's gonna walk
There it is.
into the end zone. Boise State, 2-time defending national Madden champion, right down the throat of Tampa Bay there for Forrest.
Made it look way too easy. Made it look way too easy. Skill over here. And do you get the, another rookie question here? Just the handwork. Looking at him live, watching him work his magic. Can you tell that it's different than other players?
I think what's different is what's going on up in the head, right? So mechanical skills are important, but really what makes players like Boise stick out from everybody else, what makes real football players stick out like Tom Brady from everybody else, it's the strategy. It's what they've got going on up in their head.
Symbolically, metaphorically on that touchdown, you saw Brady come up here and talk about, he's pointing to his head, which is obviously some kind of signal, but it's also a metaphor for in your head, Think about it.
All right, what's Kansas City going to do here? They should have the lead, they feel. They don't. They turn the ball over. Brady goes right down, gives them a 7-0 lead, 21 seconds left in the first quarter. And, in these games, you really have to score on just about every single possession or a good player will beat you. And these guys know this. This is high-level Madden. Edwards-Helaire in the clear off the flat a little bit, and a decent little weapon there for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, especially when it's that's a no-risk play right there. That is such a perfect transition from passer to catcher, and it's a simple way to get 8 to 10 yards. And the Chiefs do it with Mahomes every single time.
All right, we're done with 1. Boise State 7, Carroll College 0.
Looks like we're going back here. We have a little bit of time to fill here. Mahomes got to come up with some new strategy here. It's 0-7, 5 minutes remaining. Mahomes is going to back up, looking for somebody to throw it to. Is going to throw it to Hartman, who's barely going to take it, and then Davis is going to take him down.
That's a play-action pass right there, and Mahomes does that as well as anybody in the league, maybe historically, which is run to the left and throw with your right. That was on the money. Good catch by Mecole Hardman, 4th-year pro out of Georgia.
Yeah, and even makes it look pretty with that little flick of the wrist. It makes it look so smooth, and it's just the most beautiful play, and it's so effective for him.
Yeah, Mahomes is definitely on my list of just my favorite quarterbacks to watch. Like if I'm going to sit on the couch, crack open a soda, open up some Cheetos, and watch a football game, if Patrick Mahomes is playing, oh, hell yeah.
I think you made up that scenario. I don't think you've ever actually done that in your life.
Third and 21. Not a lot of plays in his playbook that he feels confident about here. It'll be interesting to see how he plays this. Down 7.
2 backs.
Got after him. Incomplete pass. All right.
They brought the 2 backs split out. It was really kind of a weird setup, and the pressure came right up the middle, and I'm not even sure he was touched. That was nasty.
Gosh, he's going for this. I completely disagree. Carroll College here. I mean, you're not down 2 scores. You're down 1. I mean, it's a sign of... Well, yeah. Total
There's
sign,
the interception.
Total sign of weakness there. Sign of, hey, I don't think I can beat this guy. That's what the champion does. You don't go for it on 4th and 21 against a 2-time defending Madden national champion.
One of
Doc's
keys to the game, the last one, the most important one, Doc's keys to the game, dagger to the heart.
Scotty
I know it's
Miller.
only 4 minutes into the second period right now, but that may be the dagger to the heart already. Mentally, how do you recover from something stupid like that, ball game?
I know it's only 7-0, and that's great for Carroll College because it's all Tampa Bay so far. And, I mean, just man-to-man coverage. Chris Godwin on the right side into the end zone, and
Brady makes you
I mean,
pay.
it's 13-0. It feels like it's 33-0. So Kansas City just needs to slow down, regroup, and must score a teeter on this next possession. Or yeah, this one's going to be over quick, and the champion's going to, go home tonight, make his customary tuna sandwich, and feel pretty freaking good about himself.
Tuna sandwich.
For champions, I guess. Yeah.
I guess so.
Well, he's a country boy, man. Horseshoe Bend.
Glens Ferry.
Glens Ferry.
Glens
Thank
Ferry.
you.
The Glens Ferry Flash.
Yes.
The second greatest football player out of Glens Ferry, Idaho. You know who the first one is, right?
I think it's Corey Hall.
Yeah.
Okay. Former Boise State star and
Yes.
NFL Super Bowl champion.
I mean, we got a national champion and we got a Super Bowl
from
champion.
that same town.
So I'm going to let them duke it out. Maybe I shouldn't pick. Maybe it's 50-50.
I wonder, okay, how about this? You're in the nicest steakhouse in Glens Ferry, and the Madden champion walks in the exact same time as Corey Hall walks in. There's only one table left, so you can only sit one of them. The next one you can sit 5 minutes later when you get another table. But who gets that first table?
Madden
Is it Madden
champion.
champ or the Super Bowl champ?
I don't know, man. They're both country boys, which means they're really, really polite, and their priority might be girls. They might give it to the prettiest girl in the room.
Almost to midfield. I mean, you got to pick stuff up. Nice play there. Get out of bounds. I mean, 2:29. The clock is your friend. Don't have to worry about that at all.
In the NFL, they talk about windows, tight windows, and how small they are. Did you see? I mean, that wasn't even the size of a hole in a tire. That was like a real donut hole size. Sorry, I made a food reference. I'm
Yeah,
hungry.
what is that? I mean, you're getting. It only took you this long to reference the donut. Got to get rid of the ball. It's the same in video games as it is real NFL. You can't sit back there with the ball. You have to figure out where you're going pretty much before you snap it, or have a good inclination, and then get that ball out. And this guy holds on to the ball too long. Throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it.
Nice.
There's the throw.
There's Kelsey. That's the security blanket right there. So you got if you're in trouble like that, excuse me, you got to go Kelsey right there.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have Tyreek Hill anymore. Obviously, that hurts in Madden as well. But Travis Kelce, I mean, he's the best tight end in the league.
Maybe the best tight end ever. Huh?
Yeah, he's up there. He's terrific. And, I mean, with Mahomes and the way they connect, I mean, he had 4 touchdowns last week. 4. I think Kellen Winslow had 5 once, which is the tight end record.
He was pretty good, too.
Chargers, Fouts. All right, what we got here?
Look at that. That's such a crazy, exotic defense. And
He's got it.
There's nothing open. There was nothing open.
Back right end zone. Dude was wide open, Prater.
I missed that.
Oh, he just, again, he didn't have enough time to get to him. You know, sometimes I think you got to manipulate the pocket a little bit better. Instead of just always going back, you can step up in it. That's another interception. That's 3. You're not going to see Patrick Mahomes throw 3 interceptions and a half very rarely. Probably only, Prater, in a video game, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is officially a mismatch. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Carroll College and the Kansas City Chiefs are going. I mean, I know.
Yeah, Fournette's just a load.
They're going to come down and score again. They got 97 seconds to just work down, 80 yards, 75 yards?
Prater, when you're the 2-time defending national Madden champion, like, you score on almost every possession. Boom,
wow, look
right
at
there,
that.
picks
look
him
at that.
apart.
Oh, stepped out of bounds.
Not
stepped out of
first and
bounds.
10.
Yep.
They gave it to him. Yeah. Good. I mean, the guy scores probably 8 out of 10 times. Every time he has the 8 out of 10 possessions, he probably puts it in the end zone. This guy's good. Just boom. Oh, crossing route. Boom, right there.
Yep, good call, ball game.
He even switched to the receiver before he caught that, and like re-altered his route so he could not catch it going side to side, but catch it going vertically. This guy's really good.
Mixing it up. Look at that.
Yep.
Look at that power run, right side.
I wonder why
first down.
this guy doesn't like the spin move with Fournette, and he's smarter than I am, so I wonder why.
Is that a key play in Madden?
Yeah, I love the spin
move.
in Madden. Circle button
The
on
circle button,
PlayStation
the
and the
move.
Yeah, this guy doesn't do a lot of spin. Maybe it's not Fournette. I mean, this guy knows what he's doing, obviously, more than I do. But
yeah, he doesn't. He's playing power football.
Yeah.
You got Fournette. You got the best player in the world right now. Power football, man. Just as a matter of fact, I would feed Fournette 4 more times here. If he even
I know
needs
he
4 more
loves
times.
these back corner end zone routes.
Especially to Evans.
Okay, and here's Fournette just being a bruiser.
Little out pattern.
See, right now he's working the middle with the crossing routes. He's working the outside.
And
he's dumping it off to the back. He might run here. I don't think KC suspects a run at all. No. Picked off. Not what he wanted to do there. Had a lot of options.
It's a rare mistake from the champ.
A little risky for Glenn's Ferry.
I think he got a little carried away on that one. That one wasn't even close.
All right, 2 seconds left in the half. It's going to be okay. That's a lot of time. Okay, halftime, he's cool.
Yep.
He wishes he would have had that back. He could have been settled for a field goal.
That really would have been.
Field goal probably puts this guy away, 17-0 at halftime. The question is, who gets the ball at half? Do you know, Colby?
No.
What is he listening to? Do we know that?
What is he listening to?
Is it the broadcast? Is it music? Is it the game itself?
It's the game itself.
He's hearing the.
He's definitely not watching the broadcast as we're broadcasting, because we can say things about what the enemy is doing that Wasey's not necessarily privy to.
He can't hear us right now, is what you're saying.
Yep.
Cool.
He's totally locked in and zoned in.
Definitely.
Look
at the face of focus.
Yeah, we would lose games. I'd lose games for him. That'd be so annoying. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Where's he going? Oh, he had A wide open there too, but A was wide open. This guy doesn't ever miss that either. It's crazy. Watch, the next time he'll just perfect. And I mean, this guy, as a video game artist, he's like a Tom Brady. And now he uses Brady to advance his art within this game, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Nice hole. He pressed the wrong button there and dove. But nice first down.
Does he play? Is Tom? Does he have a favorite team, a favorite roster that he uses?
Oh, this is the one.
He's always Brady.
Oh yeah, Brady.
That's who he always is.
Brady's the best quarterback in the league. As long as Wasey can get his hands on Brady, that's it.
Okay.
So if the other school picks Brady first, he's got to have his number 2.
He's got to have his number 2, which I actually, interestingly enough, I do believe it's Mahomes. I do believe we're looking at number 1 and number 2 right here.
These are the 2 teams everybody wants to use.
How does that process work in terms of, does the home team get to pick first? Or?
Got him. Touchdown, Mike Evans. Yeah, this guy's tough to beat, man. I'm not playing this guy tonight, by the way. That does not need to happen, Michael Forsberg. I can just, that's not going to be fun for anybody.
No, that's not going to be fun for anybody.
Actually, it would probably be fun for everybody except me, but no thanks, man. No, this guy's money, man. Legit.
I love the game Mike Evans has had, and I think he's a consummate pro. Just, you never really hear anything about him, and he's out there doing tricks like that. So, usually he takes advantage of his size. There, he had the little juke step, and he walked in the last 15 yards.
Yeah, I mean, Carroll College, unfortunately, too many turnovers. And, when you play Tom Brady in real life, if you turn the ball over a bunch, you're not going to win.
No.
And it's the same way when you get this level of Madden competition. Like, I'm sure the Carroll College player wins a lot, probably is terrific, but this is a tough
2-0
draw.
record. Both of these players going in tonight, Carroll College and Boise State, they both have a 2-0 record, and they're trying to keep it going. And it looks like right now, Boise State's going to be the one that keeps it going in the best 2 or 3.
Okay, that's good stuff, Colby. I like that info because, this is like the first big game of the early season for him. That Mahomes, he holds onto the ball way too long. It's going to be a long night if he can't get the ball out of here. I mean, and don't just keep dropping back. You're not playing Tecmo Bowl anymore.
No.
Step up into the pocket. Like this game, if it's in the game, it's in the game, right?
Absolutely.
And
that's
like
such
manipulate the pocket. That was better. Oh, another pick. And then this guy, Horseshoe, and he's getting cute. They are getting cute at Horseshoe Bend. 3 laterals, and it might even work.
Oh, it's going to work.
Look at this. You are national champion. Da-da-da, da-da-da. That's going to be on Sports Center tonight.
That is bold and that is cold, my friend. Are you
So what
kidding
happened?
me?
Carroll College quit?
They just quit. They waved the white
Technical
flag.
difficulties is what we're going to call it. No, actually, it does look like Boise State is the winner. We're
That was
going to go
impressive.
2-0.
I was wrong before. That was the dagger to the heart.
That was impressive.
And now Wasey's the one that gets to keep the 3-0 record undefeated. Now Carroll College is 2-1.
3-0. Carroll goes to 2-1.
Yep.
Good
So
for
what are
Boise
you
State.
guys' thoughts on that match?
I just love the mentality of just kept on going for it. I mean, it was almost like he was channeling his inner Tom Brady, and that's exactly what Tom Brady does. Is he doesn't care. I mean, we've all heard he'd crush his mother to go off here and play a football game and win a football game. And you could just see the aggressive attacking. Somebody made a mistake. He got the ball back. Touchdown on one play. Love that kind of aggressive attitude.
That kid plays video games like Tom Brady plays NFL quarterback. Like, he's on a level of Madden that, like, Tom Brady is at in real life football. Now, one gets Giselle and a lot of other things too, but the other's not bad either. But all in all, man, that was cool.
That one.
He was good, man. He's impressive. That kid's really good. It's fun to watch him play, and I see why you guys all got all these great resources and all this cool stuff, and this is a fun place to be.
Do we get a player interview out of this deal?
We have a player interview out of this deal. Are you guys excited? I mean, you were just up here on the Wasey hype train. Now we get to interview Wasey.
Yes, let's make it happen. Are we doing it now? Or?
Yep.
He doesn't need to hook up. He just sits there. Is this the magic? Oh, you got a microphone.
He's got it.
I think it's on.
Yep, it's already on.
No, it was on a long time ago, dude. Congratulations. That was a beautiful victory. But probably for you, like, not to use a golf analogy, but just par for the course for you, huh, my friend?
Oh, you never know. I never played this opponent before, never heard of this. Or like, ECAC is growing. It's this collegiate league I'm playing in right now. A lot growing, a lot of players are in it. So you never know. It's usually, I feel pretty good about my skills, but I never underestimate is what I'm trying to get at. Never underestimate opponent.
It's awesome. This place is exploding now. There's another game going on in the corner. Looks like they just won in the final seconds there. And
That'd be Smash.
I love it. Smash. Wasey, we've talked to you before. We know your story. We know where you're from. It's great. You didn't grow up this big football jock or anything like that, too, but you've fallen in love with this video game. And where does the passion for you to play? And I don't even know how many games a day you would play. You can answer that, too, but just your passion for the Madden and the world of video games. How big is it?
Oh, it's just a hobby that got an opportunity to turn it into something more than a hobby, and I jumped on that, and I just love competing, really. And it's something this Madden, I just fell in love playing it, and I can compete at a high level, and I just love doing that. And so, really, as long as I can compete at a high level, I'll put a lot of effort, put my all into it. So
obviously you have the national championship pedigree to your name. Talking to Coach Haskell before this, he said you win about 28 of 30 matches. I think last year you lost twice out of about 30 matches. You're obviously very good. You're 3-0 right now. When I visited this arena 3 years ago, Madden wasn't part of the program, or at least it wasn't as big as it is right now. They've built this program, and they've built this emphasis around you and how successful you are. How does that make you feel? Because that's a really cool deal, dude.
Yeah, it's all I can say is I'm just very thankful to have gotten the opportunity. Like, I can't remember, it was like 2.5 years ago, just to get the opportunity and for them to support me to compete for how they have. I'm just super, super thankful, and I feel really proud that they're wanting to continue they're trying to recruit a Madden player now to try and continue playing this game at a collegiate level for them. It's just something super cool to think about and something to be proud about.
And a little birdie told me that guy they're recruiting might even be better than you.
Oh yeah, there's
I don't know, man.
Is that possible?
Is that possible? Then that kid never throws an incomplete pass, right? I mean, he never commits a turnover because I saw a flawless game from Wasey. I mean, would you admit that? I mean, Wasey, you play your game all the time. How would you grade that performance? Was that?
The first game there was a couple little mistakes I made, and then a couple plays that didn't go my way. But the second game was pretty good. It we'll give it probably like A-.
Okay, yeah. I mean, so not a perfect game for him, but still an A- level game. It showed, man. I mean, some of the little tricks you do, switching to your receiver before you catch the ball, kind of altering the route, getting extra yardage that way. Like, you seem to read the coverages quickly. Like, you can tell earlier, like, if you can hit a guy in the hole on a cover 2. You did that a lot on your outside slant routes, dump off to the back. Like, dude, impressive, man.
So, as a final question, you have already kind of qualified for the Level Next National Championships. What does preparation for that look like as our final question here?
Yo, it's I'm just going all out for it because this is the last year I'll be able to compete in it. There's a lot of really, really talented kids playing in it, and I've been like right on the cusp the last 2 years of that tournament, and it's kind of like The Last Dance, you know, Michael Jordan and the Bulls documentary on Netflix, The Last Dance. I'm like preparing pretty much all out. It's just been like the last month and a half, and next week's the championship week, and after that, I mean, I don't know how hard preparation I don't know where Madden will go for me after that, but right now it's kind of like my last dance, give it my all and see what I can do.
So with that, we do have player and our top 5 before we get into Smash. So no, we just have top 5, excuse me. So we're going to see a little bit of what I imagine is the Boise highlight reel, just as different people in the Madden game. So, and our top 5 plays of the game are brought to us by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. With more than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for, the Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. From all of us here at Boise State Esports and our special guests, thanks for joining us, and stick around for Smash after this.
We're going to build bridges and hospitals in a day. We're going to save families from disaster and feed those left in the cold. We invite you to join us. The next greatest generation is now.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Hello and welcome back into the Boise State Esports Arena. We have Smash later tonight, but right now we're coming at you with some Overwatch NACE action. Boise State versus Stone Child. I'm your host, Colby D'Angelo Alloway, and joining me tonight is Audrey Runa Norris. So real quick, before we get right into this game, because all the players are raring to go, what do you expect to happen? What do you think are the biggest things for a newer school to esports?
That is always a big problem, of course, because when you're getting into an esports league of any type, you don't know what to expect. And so I think for them, it's going to be a lot of adaptability, a lot of experimentation. They're going against Boise State, which is going to be a very hard matchup for them because they've got a lot more experience. So they're going to want to be open to change to try and see what works and what doesn't in this upcoming matches that we've got tonight.
Definitely, you heard it here first. Adaptability and some additional things that will help with that are Doc's keys to the game right before we get into match, which in Overwatch is to never take a fair fight, which means take fights in unexpected places when the enemy is unprepared, and tempo, tempo, tempo. And Doc's keys to the game are brought to us by Drop-In Gaming, which is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Win your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you are new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. To begin your competitive gaming journey, sign up at dropingaming.com. And this is Overwatch 2. So it is a best of 5, and there are all active maps in the pool. It will be a 5v5, control, escort, push, hybrid, and then control not played, obviously. So as we get in here to map 1 pretty quickly, what do you think is the biggest change? I mean, other than the lack of tank, how does Overwatch 2 feel like a separate game from Overwatch 1?
Ooh, I mean, like you said, you took out the biggest one was the tank. For me, it's just been, I think the way that the abilities work with all of the different ability changes and also some of the heroes changing roles, like Doomfist going from DPS to tank, it's been a very interesting feeling to go to look at like familiar characters and then realize that they have completely different kits or just slightly different abilities that actually really change the way that they work. And it's actually surprising how often I've been like, oh, I know how to deal with the situation, and then it's been completely flipped on me, and I'm like, oh, because I just didn't know.
Do you have any specific situations that you'd like to talk about?
I forgot that Orisa has a really deadly new spinning ability, and that destroyed me. I hadn't touched DPS in a while, and all of my friends were like, support and tank, and I was like, okay, cool. And so I played DPS, and then Orisa charged me. Did not end well.
and that's really unfortunate. And with Doomfist, you mentioned Doomfist. Do you think Doomfist is better suited to the tank, or did you like him better as a DPS?
I mean, he was always a really fun DPS, just being able to fly around. But I think that with his new kit, he actually works really well as a DPS, a tank now. Just like the way that he works, I think it actually fits him pretty well right now.
So it works. Is there any other thoughts that you have on Overwatch 2?
I think overall, it's definitely a interesting shakeup to the type of format that we've been seeing for a while. But I think it's a lot of fun. But I think we'll be seeing a lot of the most interesting things that we'll get out of Overwatch 2 to come because it's just so new.
And with Kiriko, we got to talk a little bit about the new support that is not actually available in competitive play yet, but have you had any opportunity to kind of experiment with her a little bit in quick play or arcade modes?
I have not played as her yet. However, I've had one of our esports team, Overwatch members playing her a lot, and I've seen how deadly she can be. That's for sure. She's effective. I think she's got an interesting mix of abilities that a lot of other supports have as well, but I think that as long as people can figure out how to use her DPS and healing effectively, she'd be pretty nasty and competitive.
Do you think there are any other standout supports that you'd like to highlight?
I mean, I always love Baptiste and his abilities. I do know that there's a lot of debate between whether or not Immortality Field should be his ultimate or just how that one works, because it definitely can be quite it just has such a huge impact on the game with very little risk to the team. But I do love how effective he can be and just how adaptable he is as a support.
Awesome. And just to add some supports that do good things in Overwatch 2, I'd like to highlight Moira, which is kind of interesting because you see a lot of Moira play, especially in lower mid elos. Moira, because you can just do essentially whatever you want because of her survivability and things like that. There's not a whole lot you can do to punish a Moira. And on the same vein, Lucio is pretty similar to that. Taking out a lot of the stuns takes out some of the punishment for heroes like that.
You see a lot of Lucio he's great for every situation just because of his abilities. For both speed and healing, he's great, especially at the start of the game, just getting to the point first, or whatever objective it is, just getting there first. He's so good at helping teammates do that.
And it does look like we do have our starting 5 lineup, which will be Kel, Frost, Chosen, Lyric, and Bagel. And today's lineups are brought to you by Count. Count's Identity Trust Global Network delivers real-time fraud prevention, account protection, and enables personalized customer experiences for more than 9,000 leading brands. We are still waiting to get into game here. There are a couple little technical difficulties that are being worked out. I mean, Overwatch 2 is a new game, and there's been a reasonable amount of kind of adjustment period. It looks like we're going straight in now. Chosen and Frost in on that Sojourn. It looks like, the fight is happening. Chosen is in on your Reinhardt. That is Stonechild. Ooh, Reinhardt is just kind of pinned in the way with the Genji, is going to get slapped, is going to get purpled, and just punched to death. And it looks like that is first point for Boise State.
Boise State now has the payload with about 6 minutes to get it to the objective. So far uncontested, as they've managed to take out quite a few members of Stonechild's team, allowing them to get a very solid opening for this beginning area.
So it looks like as Boise State is kind of setting up for the next fight, they're taking that high bridge over there. We see Chosen following up that Ana. They are 62 and 44 to Nanoblade, Chosen and Lyric, and it looks like Kel's going in on that Diva, on that Reinhardt, not quite going into the room just yet. There is a Junkrat swap over there that we haven't seen before. We're waiting for that Reinhardt to come out. It looks like their shield has been broken.
Yeah, now with their Reinhardt vulnerable, they have to push back a little bit, allowing Boise State to get in there. Chosen getting a kill on the Moira, and another one on the Junkrat, just immediately wiping out the team there, leaving Reinhardt on his own against Boise State, and he's unable to prevent anything from happening there as he goes down.
Nobody knows where Chosen is. There's just, where's the Genji running around in your backline? He doesn't even know. Dashing through everybody here as we're kind of in the setup phase. Boise State is looking for their next approach. We see Lyric in the back right corner. We see Bagel taking out that Soldier 76 with the assistance from Kel. We see Frost and Lyrics coming in on that kill feed as well. This is Boise State up 4, now 5.
Yeah, we have hit second checkpoint here, and now we've got 6 minutes to get to the next point there. able to actually keep really far up there as they're trying to keep Boise State, as they're trying to keep Stonechild back. They're sitting pretty comfortable right now, just waiting for the team reset to catch up to them as Genji activates his ult and goes in, going after the Mercy first, allowing him to take out the Reinhardt and even people in their spawn.
Taking out the Pharah from inside the spot. That's always feels bad when you're like, I'm safe. But no, you're not from the Genji Blade. And we do see Chosen kind of setting up on the high ground. At this point, I think Boise State is trying to set up spawn camp. That's what their positioning's telling me.
Does look like it'll be an effective strategy so far as Stonechild is kind of pinned back here. Kel is able to get in there and just start pushing the supports and DPS away from Reinhardt. Unfortunately, he does have to eject and back off, but it doesn't do anything for Stonechild as their tank is taken out.
And it looks like Frost is getting those eliminations there in the middle, and that is first round. Round 1 complete for Boise State.
Yeah, it looks like Stonechild was about, like, if you look at the end there, all of them were around 60 to 50% with their ults there, so I think they were just kind of in a bad spot for most of that match there, just struggling, I think, to get enough, like, ult percentage to really keep up with Boise State there, especially after that Genji just destroyed their team.
You highlighted adaptability as something that you expect this college to be good at. Do you think there is a way to adapt to Boise State's current strategy?
I think that they definitely should try to deal with the fact that they're, like, all of Boise State's characters have been diving in on them right now. Like, we saw, like, with the Diva there, just pushed through, was able to wipe them out and, like, keep them spread out there. We saw Chosen with the plays, like, twice there. I think they just need to do a really good job of being aware of where those players are, because Boise State is currently taking advantage of just them being bunched up in a lot of really unfortunate spots for them.
And how do you counter the diving into your team in Overwatch 2 without the prevalence of stuns?
Yeah, because they took away so many stuns, that can be like hard, but I think the awareness is a big thing because, of course, as long as you know that they're there, it's really hard for one player to do a lot against 4 or 5. So I think that can be a really, like, just important thing for them is just watching where they are and where Boise State is. And as long as they can keep up with that, especially watching Chosen and a few of their other just key players there who were just diving in on them, that it should help them counter it a little bit because awareness is always the first step.
So it looks like we have Chosen spamming from in that corridor there and everybody else spamming from the high ground on the side of Boise State. Currently, Stonechild is trying to find their way in. It looks like they found it a little bit. They went into that room. Ooh, Bagel's going to take them out, though, as soon as they come into range. That is Stonechild down 2.
It looks like they haven't swapped out too much from last round, though they do have a Diva instead of a Reinhardt as they're trying to get back in. Chosen is moving forward towards them, trying to keep them at bay at their spawn. With the Pharah up above, unfortunately, there is a Zenyatta debuff on them, and it allows Chosen to get an easy kill there.
It looks like Sleepy Kahlua was without the Mercy pocket there for a little bit. We'll see if Bear Paws is able to get the res. Not quite. We see Smash going nuts in the background there, and it looks like Chosen is in 78 to their next blade, desperately trying to charge it before the end of this fight and beginning of next one.
Bagel trying to take someone out from above, isn't quite able to get it as they duck away, but Chosen is able to get Diva out of their mech and then immediately take them out afterwards, preventing Stonechild from getting a solid lead there as their tank is taken out and they're scattered.
So it looks like Kel, 74 charge. Sleepy Kahlua is not going to last very long. That is a 5-player kill streak for Kel. Boise State resetting up on the defense from the high ground, waiting for Stonechild to approach. Is there anything Stonechild should be looking to do on this approach to get Boise State off the high ground?
They definitely are really sticking to their tank right now, and although that was really big in Overwatch 2 because you had 2, they need to really work on trying to get behind Boise State if they can. Right now they're in this subway cart, which could be really good for Stonechild if they could get behind them and kind of surround them there. But they have to be careful, of course, as there is a couple ults ready and waiting.
It looks like they didn't have their Junkrat in that corridor, and it maybe would have been a different story if they had had all that spam damage in there, but instead, Junkrat is going to be picked by Bagel down below, and Stonechild with 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining. They have about 3 fights left.
Sojourn trying to pick them off from afar, is able to just keep them back for a little bit. Chosen is just waiting there for them, but gets ambushed by the Pharah, but the Pharah isn't able to take him out before he can run away.
It looks like Chosen's looking to reset up there. Can't quite get in there because the Far is there. Junkrat is unaware of Chosen there behind him. Chosen's gonna kind of let that happen for a little bit there. Kel being forced to give up the high ground as we get into the fight here. That dude Joey's taken down. Only one Nova, Lace Up Star, all taken down in short order by Boise State, leaving only 2 remaining members that are quickly getting out. Oh, Sleepy Kalu is unable to do it. We'll see if Mercy's able to make it out. Bear Paws, I think they've made it out. Good for them. So Stonechild is in pretty close to last fight territory as this Diva goes in. Bear Paws is the first elimination of this new fight. Only one Nova's mech is next. Boise State is on the hunt for blood as the remaining members of Stonechild fall before them.
Boise State has successfully taken out Stonechild there, which is fortunate for them because there were 2 ultimates waiting there in the wings, Farah and Mercy, one of the dastardly duos from Overwatch 1. I don't know if they're as effective as they used to be, but with the Diva ult actually brought in there, which was able to take out...
The immediate takeout by Bagel from that rocket barrage there. We saw the bomb just feed Kel charge. We saw the barrage ended before it could even begin. Now at this point, Stonechild has 10 seconds to try to desperately touch the point, but I don't think they'll be able to get there.
Sojourn's just waiting as immediately just prevents Hammond from getting anywhere near the point as Boise State wins this first round.
All right, so Stonechild versus Boise State. Boise State has won round 1. We're going to go next round. It was Chosen's play of the game on Genji. Which one do you think this was?
It's probably, I think, yeah, it's the ultimate, yeah.
The Nano Blade. Outside of spawn. Here in a second, we're going to see Farah just, right as she comes out there, just, can't even get out of spawn. And then there is that team kill, one of several that Boise State ended up getting. So Stonechild is doing a really big thing here, though, outside of the game. Setting up a new esports program. Do you want to talk a little bit about what that takes?
Oh, I mean, of course, like some of the hardest parts about setting up any program, of course, is just like there's a couple things. It's getting people that like to know about the program, so it's getting a lot of information out, it's getting the funding that you need for it, and getting the management. It's like there's those 3 things are so integral because if you don't have any of them, like you can kind of survive without some funding and maybe some management. So I'd say the biggest thing for them is going to be recruitment because they need a lot of people that know about them and a lot of people that are willing to join so that way they can keep the program going. However, they're definitely going to want to get their management together at some point. Like, I'm not sure how it is going, but if they do get it really well set up, that'll help them just keep the players all at the same level. And because that's one of the things that we noticed when we played against them during Rocket League is they were all really solid players, but one of them was playing a lot better than the others. And so it looked like they just kind of needed to all be brought up together as a team. And so I think that's something that's probably the biggest part for esports especially is the team play, just building up your teams.
Building up the team, so solid coaches are one way to do that. Getting the people in there to get your team working as one cohesive unit, and also just generally them playing together, right?
You gotta play a lot.
Yep, you can't build a team without getting them all some hours in the same place, in an arena if you have one, or even just everybody online practicing together with tried, true, and tested strategies that a coach can give you. One of the things that Doc was talking about he likes about Stonechild a lot is they're out there. They don't have a ton of outside support. They're all trying to build that because it's a new program, right? So they're like starting from the ground up, which is a really amazing thing to do. And it's awesome that they're here today against Boise State in the NACE West Division.
Oh yeah, it's really awesome to always see when a new team starts because, you know, I think that sometimes the biggest problems with like just really defined organizations is that you see a lot of the same stuff, especially in like the college divisions because not every college is willing to jump on esports. So it's always awesome to see when we finally get a new esports team around because, you know, fresh faces, fresh tactics, you get to see a lot of really cool stuff and just some wonderful new matchups for us to all get to watch and enjoy.
And with that, we are going to be getting into our next map. This is the second in our best of here tonight. Boise State is currently up 1. No, we are not ready to get into our next matchup just yet. Psych, there was a bit of a technical issue on one side or the other, having some players trying to connect to Overwatch 2. It sounds like a little bit there. So, Sojourn, I've asked you about lots of different new heroes. What are your thoughts on Sojourn?
That's the one I know the least about, so that's going to be tricky for me. But I've heard that she's quite the combination of a lot of different DPSs. So she's been a very interesting character to deal with because her kit's like both similar and very different at the same time. And so I think she's kind of cool. It's nice to see another, like, it's always good to see a new DPS. We have a lot of them, but it's always nice to see something new, especially with Overwatch 2. You kind of hope that they were going to add a couple new DPS as well as support, so yeah.
And it looks like now we are on Junkertown, which, even though it's the same map, right? It was one of the maps that carried over from Overwatch 1. It feels completely different in Overwatch 2 because there's only a single tank. And with that, I've heard some tanks talking about the game a little bit, and with that comes a much more specific play style. And just at least the tanks that I'm familiar with, Diva is amazing on this map, and we see lots of Orisa play and things like that, and it does look like there is that Orisa on defense as we get set up for first fight here.
And it looks like Boise State is bringing in the other new tank that we have for Overwatch 2, Junker Queen, who is she's a very interesting tank because a lot of people like to say that she feels kind of like a DPS who's put in a tank form. But she's already picking up a couple kills and assisting her team really effectively, allowing Boise State to push forward and push Stonechild out of what would have been a very solid kill spot for them, because that first area has a lot of really good high ground for the defending team, but they were just able to immediately push and push their way through all of them there.
This is Boise State running a triple DPS comp with Kel on the Junker Queen. We see Bear Paws go down to Frost on that Sojourn, and it looks like Frost is looking to pick up some other eliminations there. That is Sleepy Kalua as well. Stonechild is down both supports as Sombra is on Widow in the back line.
Trying to go into a little altercation there. Chosen misses a couple shots with the scope there as Sombra is trying their best. But unfortunately is unable to take out Chosen as Mercy comes in for the little support heal right at the last second there.
Overall, a valiant effort. Sombra almost had Chosen there, and it looks like Lace Up is going to be taken down, trying to hide on that Junkrat. Can't hide from Frost for too long. We see Junker Queen coming in as well, but Frost is going to be the one getting that final kill. Now it is just Orisa in on that dude, Joey, facing Kel on Junker Queen with a hard Mercy pocket. Ooh, and Chosen's going to end up taking the kill there at the very end.
Yeah, Frost is pushing forward as the payload is not even at the first checkpoint. It's almost there. Is able to pick up a kill there on the Mercy and then assist with the Junkrat there. Pushes forward to the Orisa as Chosen starts to back them all up there with the Widowmaker. We go to Bagel now. He's in the back lines with his support Lucio there, trying to just help taking out and just punches the Orisa.
Supporting with offense is the best defense.
Especially with Lucio, you can bump people into your team to help get them out of place and in the perfect spot for your team to just murk them.
Murk them. I love that so much. Boise State is really going for a high damage comp with everybody except for Chosen, who's looking for just the one-shot eliminations there. And it looks like Frost is up on. They do have the overclock online. It looks like they're going to use it. Take out Lace Up Star with the assist from Chosen. They're looking for that Mercy down main. Unable to find it so far, but they will find that dude Joey with the assistance of Chosen again. There's that Mercy pick that we were finally looking for.
With their support down now, Kel is able to easily take out a couple others as they are just waiting for the payload to catch up at this point, it looks like. Just trying to keep Stonechild off balance. The Sombra goes in to try and deal with them, but is unable to and has to back off. As Chosen gets into a very nice spot actually there for getting a couple picks if they're able to. Does get a headshot off on the Mercy there. Tries to go for Lucio, but he is able to dodge effectively right there. Tries to go for the Junkrat as well, but someone else manages to make it to the punchline. It was Kel on Junker Queen there.
This is like Chosen on that Widowmaker. Kel is going to get those final two eliminations. Looking for the Sombra. Knows they're there. Trying to get that final elimination. It will be Frost picking that up with the Mercy pocket. And it looks like Bagel's just pushing cart. I mean, out here doing the most important work in the whole game as the next fight begins. Kel is in the spawn on that Junkrat. Junker Queen is going to pick up that elimination and then be straight in on your Mercy, going to get pushed back by an Orisa Spear. Still looking for that Lucio in the back line, finds it in 2-3 shots there. They're looking for their next target. It looks like it's going to be Orisa this time. Even as they get speared, they get that elimination with the Mercy pocket.
Yeah, Kel is just keeping them there in their spawn right now. Gets a solid knife throw on the Sombra, able to pull them forward. Is not able to get the final kill though, however, as Frost is supporting them from the back, with Mercy just sitting there giving them the buffs that they need. Looks like Chosen is resetting their character, going to Echo now for this final fight area, as Kel is again in an altercation with the Orisa, who is pushing pretty far forward but isn't able to quite take out Kel just yet.
Kel is sitting on that ultimate, so we'll see when they're gonna use it. Pin them all in the corner there. Kerr's gonna go in, get Bear Paws, that dude Joey, and Sleepy Kalua with the assistance of Chosen and Bagel. And we see now it is all the members of Boise State pushing cart. Will Stone Child be able to contest? Not looking like it.
With another solid round for Boise State there, it was definitely... Stonechild put up a little bit more resistance in this one. They were able to stall the fights a couple more times, but Boise State had a lot of really effective pushes that prevented, it looked, at least from what I saw, it looked like it prevented Stonechild from getting a lot of really good vantage points on them, as of course with Chosen on the Widowmaker there, was just able to get up onto the high ground and take a lot of really good pot shots on their support, which definitely hurt them in that last bit there.
And as we reset, what are you expecting from Boise State on defense, Junkertown?
Ooh, I have not seen a lot of defense Junkertown yet, but I do think that it would be interesting to see. Well, never mind. We're starting to get some of their picks already. We've got, they're staying with the Junker Queen, which is fitting for Junkertown, of course. Yeah. And looks like we've got an Ashe now, which is going to be very nasty with all of this. Just really good vantage points for her, as well as Zenyatta, Junkrat, I think. Chosen's on Junkrat? I can't tell fully.
Definitely.
Yes, he is. And Mercy in the back there. Yeah.
And we do expect this to be this is a very high damage comp. Make no mistake here. The name of Boise State's game right now is eliminations. We have Frost with the Mercy Pocket looking to put in a lot of hit scan damage. We have Kel on the Junker Queen, who is a DPS herself with a tank character model. We have Bagel, who is the same thing but support. And then Chosen on that Junkrat, just there to pump in massive amounts of damage at that choke point. We see Bagel coming out first blood. Chosen with second, Frost with third, and that is Stonechild being eliminated right outside of their spawn.
Oh no. What's something interesting I wanted to note before we get into the second match here is it looks like for a first for these couple games here, Stonechild has picked up Hanzo for this area as well as Zarya, so that'll be interesting to see if that'll benefit them in this area. Hanzo definitely has a solid ult for all of these straightaways here, so it might be able to benefit them if they're able to get out, which it looks like they have as Bagel starts to try and pick them off.
And Zarya's going to be able to bubble a lot of damage and get a lot of charge here. And it looks like they're out of bubbles, so they will be taken out by Frost, or by Bagel there, excuse me. Frost is going to take out that dude, Joey. And Bagel's not quite done yet, getting that soft Mercy Pocket and just spamming orbs into their spawn.
Yeah, Ashe just shooting them while they're in their spawn right now, trying to get a couple picks off. Isn't quite able to, but is forcing them to stay there as they are unable to actually make much progress with the payload right now.
They're not even able to touch there, it looks like, as only one, and Bear Paws are going to go down as well as that dude Joey. It looks like Zarya is trying to run away from that Junkrat there. Chosen is being taken down to half HP. This might be a dangerous duel. Ooh, Chosen 24. Finally going to be able to take out that Zarya, but not without the cost of a significant amount of HP.
With 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, with only 15 meters, Stonechild has a long way to go to be able to actually compete with Boise State here. They are able to push up a little bit more. Boise State has taken a little bit farther back, but unfortunately with one of their supports out, they might not be able to make it very far here.
It looks like that dude Joey is also down on that Genji. Chosen's hiding for some cheeky junk stuff. Ooh, cheeky junk stuff right outside of the spawn. Ooh, truly looking at the... Genji doesn't see him!
The death from above with Junkrat!
And then there's that Zarya making a valiant effort on point, but that is another team kill coming out for Boise State. 1 minute and 51 seconds ticking down. Stonechild has about 3 fights. What are you hoping for?
I hope that they can get a little bit farther. It'd be really great to see them get to the first point. I know Boise State has been doing a really good job, but Stonechild has definitely been able to make some improvements here, so they might be able to keep it up. Unfortunately, though, Genji is shut down by Frost there, as Boise State is just knocking them out slowly but surely.
I want to say that Boise State DPS, I'm counting Bagel as a DPS here right now, are preventing Stonechild from even being able to set up to do anything, to take space, to get those eliminations that they need here right now.
Yeah, in the past minute, they've only managed to get about 20 more meters, which is really, it's not enough really for what they need here, as they've only got about a minute left and they're not doing a lot, though they have switched to Reinhardt, which may give them a little bit more of the damage buffer that they need to keep going.
The shield is at least going to let them get in. Anybody behind the shield, right? And then from there, they'll have to decide how they want to take the fight. But at this point, they've been able to get everybody safely. No, not quite everybody, but enough members to have a fight safely on guard. That dude Joey is immediately going to be taken down separate from the Reinhardt. We see Kel going in on all 3 of the remaining members in that room. That is another team kill for Boise State in 28 seconds remaining. Stonechild has 82% to a Genji ult, and that might be the only thing that can save this push.
If they can get that Genji ult, they should be able to contest it, though. They'll have to be very careful of Junker Queen as well as Zenyatta, as they both have their ults, and Zenyatta especially could be very damaging for Genji there.
Looks like the Junker Queen ult has been used as the fight begins. Only one Nova is down. That is Stonechild coming in at 5, now 4, now 3 members. It looks like Bagel is going to pop the Transcendence, taking away some of Boise State's damage, but not necessarily needed, as Boise State is going to take up that second round. And of course, we didn't get to see it, but the play of the game was Bagel.
We always love the Zenyatta plays of the game, or in this case, it'll be Lucio.
We see him just putting in lots of damage there, getting hacked, but still clicking enough heads to get the elimination. Finally gets that boop at the end there. And that was a best of 3, so that does end up, I do believe Boise State has won that, perhaps? Or do we go another couple of maps?
I think it might be one more.
Oh, great. Fantastic. We still have
sure.
more content then. It looks like as we go in, what are your thoughts on the Junkertown map?
I think it's really interesting to see that map in a different light now. I think it's crazy how many, like how the maps have just changed so much, even with like maybe some of the smaller changes that have been seen and some of the bigger ones. It's actually, it's crazy to feel like they're essentially just new maps.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, because the game has changed so much, even kind of recycled content or content that's being taken from one over to the next one. That is completely new. And we did just get news that is the end of our game. So Boise State ends up taking that. But Stonechild has a lot of good things to work with. I mean, the hardest step is just getting started in the first place. And we're super excited to have more players and more teams in the NACE West Division. And again, this is Doc's favorite new team. So we actually do have one more map. Boise State is currently up 2, and it looks like we're going in straight to that without any further stalling.
Never mind.
We're stalling. We're going to keep stalling. My bad. So with Doc is out here trying to signal things, and we're not quite sure what's going on there. So, Junker Queen, what do you think Junker Queen offers in terms of team support?
Junker Queen does a really good job of just like, out of all of the tanks, like we talked about, she's a very interesting, like, weird DPS hybrid tank. But I think what's really cool is that she has this wound ability that not only does it like cause a bleed effect, that even when she's not attacking the enemies, it'll just slowly chip down their health, but it also heals her, which is a huge advantage for a tank.
So as we go in here, Boise State, Frost is taken down to half HP, but only one Nova is taken down to nothing. Lace Up Star is taken down as well. That is a lot less damage that Stonechild has to pump into Boise State right now. We see that Farah trying to get some cheeky picks from the backline. They will be unable to do that. Sleepy Kalua getting taken out by Bagel, and that is first point, Boise State.
Yeah, as they get the first capture there, they are now able to just kind of sit while everything is resetting there.
Looks like as we go around here, Kel on that Reinhardt. We love to see the Reinhardt rework as we kind of go around right in on that Junkrat. Doesn't even know he's there. Big Immortality Field, but the Immortality Field can only last so long as Bear Paws and Only One and Lace Up Star are all going to go down, as well as that dude, Joey. 23% and climbing for Boise State.
Yeah, with Sleepy Kalua being like the last one there and then immediately eliminated now, it's going to be a really rough reset there for Stonechild, as Boise State has a nice setup here in this hallway with Reinhardt up there, as well as their supports just getting a really nice angle right there. As you can see, Stonechild is trying their best, but the Mei denies them and puts up a wall, preventing them from rushing through there and allowing the Baptiste to go to war there for a little bit.
Such a strong choke for Boise State. Sleepy Kalua, only one not being able to get past, as well as Bear Paws getting taken down on that Lucio. Now Boise State is hunting down that Junkrat. Kel's after him. 335 HP. Almost steps into the death mines, but not quite, as Chosen is just spamming into Stonechild's spawn.
Sojourn does a quick push there and is able to get an elimination there on Baptiste, as the Immortality field is still up, but goes down quickly afterwards, and the Lucio is also taken out, with now just Boise State holding them in spawn, really not letting them even get to the solid choke point that Boise State has on them, though that dude Joey is sneaking around on the side.
I do want to take a minute to appreciate the fact that Frost's skin very prominently has Frost featured on the skin, and I want to say that that's definitely intentional on the part of that Mei. Thank you for giving us the Mei point of view. You can see it, Frost, right there, as they get that elimination onto only one Nova. Continuing Boise's dominating hold of first point, but Lyric is down, so now might be the time if you're Stonechild to push.
Yeah, Stonechild does have a solid side spot there, but unfortunately it is too late, as Boise State does hit the 100% there. They were just not quick enough onto the point.
So, Stonechild, this is their final map to kind of try to turn things around. After this, it will for real be a game, and we're not just debating you here. It looks like as we go into this market area, what do you think of Stonechild's comp right now?
I think that this isn't a bad spot for what they've got going. Junkrat has some really solid picks here, especially with all of the different holes that he can shoot his little projectiles through. But I do think that they're gonna have to be really careful, because there's also some really good choke points for Boise State. And as we saw in that last match, they were able to just immediately lock down Stonechild to their spawn as soon as they gave them the opportunity. So they're gonna have to be really quick about that.
So it looks like Frost is on that Reaper. We do see it is Reaper Thursday, I suppose, here, 10-13. Kel is going to be the one to get onto point first. That's a lot of Junker Queen damage as Stonechild is pushed off, losing their Moira in this fight. Ooh, and immediately after that, Junkrat as well. Bagel is two eliminations deep into this. Now they will, Chosen and Frost will show up, not to be outdone by Bagel on that Lucio. And that is point one, going to Boise State, first fight.
Bagel just getting to hang out there and capture the point for the team while the rest of them set up there. Although Stonechild does have the height advantage here, I'm not sure if it's going to be enough right now with just if they aren't able to push past Boise State here.
They don't see Frost! They don't see Frost in the backline, just pumping damage into that Junkrat and into that Pharah. Only one Nova will be taken out, as well as Lace Up Star. Frost is going to TP right back up there and get in that Pharah's face. She is one tick. Go tickle her, Frost. It looks like Frost is going to get that off camera and is now in on your Diva. And that is a pretty clean fight win for Boise State off the back of Frost.
Frost just got to sit there and hide, just waiting. I always want to know what people are saying when they're doing plays like that. Like, you can only imagine how excited they get when they realize they're going to pull it off.
They're like, oh, they don't see me, they don't see me, I'm behind them. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be awesome, guys. Play the game right here. Yeah, someone clip it.
Oh, and there he goes again. He's trying to wait for them, and he goes into another fight with the Diva, but backs off pretty quickly so he doesn't get overwhelmed there. Goes right back in.
He's winning that duel right now. That Diva's a half HP, and Frost is barely a tickle. Gonna be able to demech that Diva and move in on the rest of the team on that Pharah. Gonna get taken out by a well-placed rocket. So it looks like Boise State is actually down one defender, but they're still up in the overall fight, spawn camping.
They have a very comfortable lead right now, too, especially with their two ultimates to keep the team at bay. Though it looks like the Junkrat on Stonechild's side might get their ultimate soon, which, if Boise State isn't careful and bunches up, could be their downfall here.
Looks like Bagel is wall riding there. We're going to see him in on your Ana. He's all the way going to get that elimination onto only one Nova. Bear Paws is already down. That is no support, no anything for the side of Stonechild there. Chosen is in their spawn, overclocking that final Junkrat, and with the Ana.
We have 2% left as Sojourn is just taking them out at spawn as we go into the final seconds there. Boise State winning.
And this is not a debate this time. This is finally Boise State. They're going to win that match, Boise State victory. What are your thoughts on that match?
I think that match was, as we were told, that was actually the first match. So it was very apparent that that was like Stone Child just kind of learning how Boise State plays there, because they just got shut down immediately over and over and over again. And I think that was the best thing that Boise State could do. They had some really good lineups in both maps, as we saw. They were just able to pick their spot and hold it, and then push up once they had gotten comfortable.
So now we transition into a player of the game discussion. Who are you thinking?
Ooh, there was a lot of really good plays of the game. I think Kel is a very good chance. He had a lot of really solid plays on just all of the tanks that he played today.
Bagel.
Bagel.
That's all I have to say to you. I mean, Bagel on Junkertown. They were not allowed to step 6 meters out of that spawn without getting clicked in the head.
Man.
He's so scary.
I love Zenyatta. He's one of my favorite supports to play. He's just the funny robot guy. you think he's gonna be one of the like, oh, he's not gonna hurt you, it's fine. And then he's one of the scariest supports if someone knows how to play him.
You think he's gonna be like this peaceful monk because that's his whole like character thing, right? But I guess his thing is like peace through eliminating the enemy team. I mean, you know, it's pretty peaceful when they're all in their spawn, so Bagel would definitely be my nomination. So we're going to go ahead and see who the player of the game is. Our 2 nominations have been Kel and Bagel. So we'll see. We'll see who's right here. Or maybe it'll be no one here as we see Chosen first. So we see Chosen.
I think it's Chosen,
We're thinking the Widowmaker plays. We're seeing them get some unfortunate shots on the Lucio, but finally they hit them when they're really important, and they don't let that Orisa take them off of the high ground. Now we've transitioned to Bagel. So this is really a player of the game mystery still here right now. No? That's Chosen on the Junkrat with the sneaky junk mines. Oh, I remember
the death from above Junkrat.
Yep, the death from above Junkrat.
And he did it on Genji of all the characters. The characters you'd expect to be doing a lot of the aerial death from aboves. No, the Junkrat outplayed him there.
Definitely. And then we see right outside of their spawn getting that elimination onto the Moira. Oh, yeah, Chosen on the Genji. How could I forget Chosen on the Midtown Genji? They did so much work. They were dashing through the entire team left and right, building up a highlight reel all night.
He completely dismantled that team in that last play there. It was such a great moment for the team. They were able to push through and really just kind of knock Stone Child down like into a place where they couldn't recover there.
And our top 5 plays are presented as to end the night on our top 5 plays of the game. Excuse me, words are very hard. Do you have any thoughts before we get to the highlight reel of everybody?
I think that it was really fun to get to see, you know, Boise State face off against Stone Child again. It's again really awesome to see another like esports teams start to rise. I know it can be really hard when you're first starting out, but I think we'll see a lot of really great things for them after they've just kind of gotten some experience and have gotten a little taste of how it is. I think that's one of the biggest things. So I think it was great for Boise State to just get to practice some stuff, and it was great for Stone Child to kind of get a little taste of what's to come for them.
Great. And with that, we do have our top 5 plays of the game, which are presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. With more than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for, the Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. From all of us here at Boise State Esports, thank you for joining, and stick around for Smash after this.
We're going to build bridges and hospitals in a day. We're going to save families. We're going to build bridges and hospitals in a day. We're going to save families from disaster and feed those left in the cold. We invite you to join us. The next greatest generation is now.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena. You're watching our coverage of the Boise State's NACE match versus Boise State and the University of Northern Texas, Dallas. I am Audrey Norris. I am your host for tonight, and I am joined by Noah Guadara. How are you doing tonight, Noah?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm so excited to cast Smash once again with you, and I hope that we get to see some exciting matches once again.
Yeah, are there any characters that you're excited to see tonight?
I want to see the Sephiroth come out. He's such a strong character. I think this is the very important factor is that he looks very cool.
Oh yes, with his long hair and long sword, he takes out all of his opponents.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I'm not familiar with how strong University of Northern Texas is. I know that Boise State is a fairly good team in terms of Smash Bros. So we'll see if University of Northern Texas can put up a good fight against the Broncos.
Absolutely. And for Smash, as always, one of the most important things if you want to be able to defeat your opponents is to follow Doc's keys to the game.
You have to bear with us. I think our production team is actually taking us into the game.
Oh, of course, yeah. So we'll skip that for now as we go right into it with Little Mac just going right off, just starting with pushing Captain Falcon off, but unfortunately getting knocked down himself.
Captain Falcon still with 3 stocks, and it looks like Little Mac, he did get a nice uppercut, but at the cost of his own life, Little Mac with very little recovery. So we'll see if this Captain Falcon can get up close in range without getting hit by Little Mac. And it seems like, as I say that, I curse him, so.
Yeah, Little Mac tries to go in for a punch, but it is blocked by Falcon, who is able to immediately recover and knock him back. Unfortunately, he is unable to keep it up, though, as he dodges. With now Captain Falcon still around 87%, not quite in the danger zone, but still, as I say that, of course, Little Mac goes into KO, so it is now the danger zone for him, as Little Mac can deliver a powerful punch, but is unable to, as he misses right there.
Captain Falcon with the recovery at 102%, 103%. So versus Little Mac, you really have to be careful. But both of these characters are very strong melee fighters. And as you see, Little Mac is just getting knocked up in the air. And both of these players are very afraid of losing their stock right now.
Yeah, strong and fast is the name of the game for these two, as they are both in dangerous knockoff percentages, as Little Mac gets knocked off the side and grabs on, but is able to avoid Captain Falcon, punishing him for it, launching him into the sky.
Yeah, but still not able to find a KO. Well, as I say that, he gets a KO. So that is a stock reset, and another stock reset. 1, 2 stocks here. This Little Mac taking a little bit of punishment, not getting anything in return yet. And so you're starting to sweat a little bit if you're this Little Mac with only 1 stock.
Yeah, 92% Little Mac has hit KO zone. It is not super dangerous for the Falcon, though, Falcon, as he is knocked off the side and unable to recover, allowing Boise State to take the first match there.
Yeah. And that is the danger of Little Mac there, is if you get knocked too far away from the ledge, then you have no recovery.
Oh yeah, Little Mac's recovery it's not great. So he does get absolutely wiped out sometimes, especially against a character like Captain Falcon, who has just a lot of really good, powerful attacks that can launch people off stage, as we saw multiple times during that first match there.
Yep, definitely. So we'll see if the character does change for University of Northern Texas. We'll see if Boise State continues with the Captain Falcon. And I'm excited to see what this next match holds. Hopefully, we see more exciting action between two very aggressive melee fighters like that previous match. Or do you want to see something that's a mix-up?
I mean, we talked about the Sephiroth, which, as we've seen in previous NACE matches, is a really good way to counter characters like Captain Falcon, who really good melee character. He's really good at short range, but Sephiroth, with the, as we talked about, the classy hair and the long sword, just really is able to outrange him. And so he's a very hard character to deal with, and that would definitely be a good counter for him, though also some heavier characters as well could do a good chance as well, just being innately harder to knock off stage and able to just take so much damage and deal so much back.
Definitely. You want to keep that Captain Falcon on a leash. You want to keep, I guess, any character that has strong short attacks on a leash. So Sephiroth, any other characters you think might be able to do that?
I mean, recently, a couple weeks ago, I watched a match with Steve, and I had completely forgotten that he was a Smash Bros. Character, and I felt really bad. But then I also remembered how scary he could be at long range. So it would be interesting to see him come out, as he has a lot of just adaptability and is able to just kind of keep away from melee characters like that, so it might be an effective match as well. And of course, there was a Kirby. Kirby's always a solid play. He's also pretty short range, but he does have the ability to just, like, you know, grab his opponents and maybe, you know, do them dirty and knock them off the stage like that. But it is an effective strategy for getting them off, like, off the stage and where you need them to be, which is knocked out, losing their stock.
Yeah, definitely. Game of Ledges is the game in Super Smash Bros. Because taking percentages off, it's good, and definitely if you can do that without taking damage on your own. But if you can ledge your opponent, that also gets into their head. That makes it so that they get tilted, and then
the panic recovery.
The panic recovery, definitely. So
yeah, as we start to get into this next match, who are you thinking is going to be the next plays? I don't know if this is a crew battle or not, so we might see Falcon again if that is the case. But if not, are you maybe hoping to see the DDD from Boise State?
Yes, I want to see the DDD from Boise State. I also want to see the Sephiroth from Boise State.
So it does look like Captain Falcon is back. And he is going to do a stock reset, which means this is a crew battle. And for those of you who do not know what a crew battle is, it is essentially you have a set of players and they all have 3 stocks on their character, and when they lose their stocks, they're out. However, if they win their match and lost their stocks, they then have to reset to wherever their stock amount was from the last game and continue the fight from there. So it's like a long continuous battle just with different characters and different maps. But as we get into it, you can see that Captain Falcon is facing off against Lucario, another powerful melee character that I hadn't thought about, but he could be a good matchup against Captain Falcon having similar power-up abilities.
Well, Boise State has been very excellent at getting these percentages very high, so maybe Lucario is a good choice. Does get stronger as they take damage, gets very angry, and we'll see if this is actually the strategy, but this Lucario isn't able to actually connect with any of these attacks yet.
Yeah, Captain Falcon is just like playing ball with him, knocking him off the stage as Lucario manages to get his first hit, but then Captain Falcon immediately retaliates, slapping him off the side and causing him to lose his first stock there.
Yeah. So only 40% on the percentage here for this Captain Falcon. Lucario's meeting him there. Actually exceeds it. Now this Captain Falcon is just getting very short but powerful hits in to get that percentage up. Captain Falcon is at 50%. We'll see if this Lucario can increase that at all.
Yeah, Lucario jumps off the stage, is able to dodge Falcon during his recovery, but is immediately knocked into the air with a 2-part combo and has to recover once again. Falcon tries to follow him, but he was not fast enough, as Lucario is now just waiting for his opportunity, is unable to get it as Falcon launches him off the side with his last stock remaining for Lucario. With Captain Falcon at 50%, he's barely managed to get a little bit more than like 10% up since Lucario's last stock that he lost.
Well, as you say that, there's another 10%, so maybe there is hope for this Lucario. Actually, another 10%, 80% here on this Captain Falcon, so this Lucario is getting more damage than in previous, but is taking quite a bit of... Okay, so Lucario is able to recover. That's a very excellent recovery. This Captain Falcon actually is getting in dangerous range against this Lucario, so we'll see if he can get it stock off.
But he does not, as the very infamous knee of justice for our good old Captain Falcon here comes out, and he knocks him off stage, losing his final stock, as Captain Falcon did not lose one in this match, staying at the 2 stocks he had from the first one there.
Yeah, this Captain Falcon is a menace.
Yeah, from previous NACE matches that we've seen, he typically manages to take out quite a few of the opponents, like players, before he does get knocked out. Then, of course, they have to deal with some of the other members on BSU's team, which can be just as effective as we have talked about, the DDD.
Yeah, but there is a strong likelihood we do not even get to see any other characters if this performance keeps up for Boise State against the University of Northern Texas. So maybe there is a counter character that University of Northern Texas has been waiting to pull out. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if they just continue their strategy. But for now, this Captain Falcon is a very dangerous threat.
Yeah, so we've seen a couple, like we've seen 2 characters go up against him. Is there any characters you think specifically that you should go against him next to try and shake him off and like maybe take down the king that we have right now?
I'm going to have to scratch my chin at that one because based on the current performance, it's going to be a tall task. But if I had to say one, I would have to say somebody who can just spam ranged abilities because getting into melee range is not working out for University of Northern Texas.
Any particular ranged characters you're thinking of right now that are exciting to see?
Well, maybe Fox with his little laser gun.
Yeah, Fox with both his laser gun and his reflective ability might be a very effective pick against Captain Falcon there, especially because he's also very mobile, which is always important when you're dealing with Falcon, as we saw there. Lucario did manage to stand a chance a couple of times there when he was able to just like kind of get him off balance, and he did have the superior height in his jumps there, and so his recoveries were able to be more successful because of that.
Yeah, the recovery is such an important part of Super Smash Bros. And just being able to, you know, stay in the center of the platform or being able to get onto the ledge if you get knocked off, that's really what saved Captain Falcon a lot of the time there. The percentages weren't too high on him. However, that didn't matter because he never was in danger of like getting pushed off the stage so far.
Yeah, he barely had to struggle with his recoveries there. He was able to just keep most of the time knocking his own opponents off. And they were, although they did manage to recover a lot, it was the fact that they kept going off the stage that was the problem because they weren't able to stay balanced. And that just allowed Captain Falcon to kind of create a like powerful like little fort there where they just really couldn't deal with him.
Yep. So we'll see if somebody can intrude on this fort, maybe sneak undercover, open the gates. But as we wait to get into the match, do you have any thoughts on how you think this next crew battle section is going to go?
I think that either the Falcon is going to do very well against them, and he definitely could. He's been doing a really good job, or they'll, like we've talked about, pull out some character that'll be a solid counter and take him out. Like, this is when I've seen Falcon be defeated a couple of times, so it definitely is a possibility. I would love to see some more, like a heavy character. We haven't really seen a super heavy character from University of Northern Texas Dallas yet, so it might be what they need as we go into this next match.
Oh, well, speaking of heavy characters.
It's my boy, it's Bowser! I love Bowser.
The big Bowser.
As we reset now, Bowser gets to taunt a little bit, preparing for this first initiation.
Yeah, we'll see who gets the first hit here. That is the moral victory. And it looks like it's actually Bowser. So maybe University of Northern Texas Dallas is able to push off from this moral victory as Captain Falcon gets some nice return damage.
Bowser takes the lead in damage there as he just keeps running back and forth, trying to catch him off guard as Falcon just keeps jumping from above, doing powerful kicks as he's able to get Bowser to 80%. Bowser retaliates, but is unable to keep it up as he gets knocked off the stage to 130% and is knocked out.
Yeah, even with Bowser being such a heavy character, it seems like this Captain Falcon is having no problems pushing him off the stage and just KOing him.
Oh, that was dirty, Falcon. Falcon just pushed him off there and just did not allow Bowser to recover there. Although Bowser has a somewhat common, like standard level of recovery, he just wasn't able to deal with the constant downward kicks there. As now Falcon is just launching him in the air.
Yeah, because Bowser, most of his successful damage has just been from the down B, but Captain Falcon is just learning to shield it. And this Captain Falcon is at 100%, so there is an opportunity for a stock to be taken off here. 120%. We'll see if University of Northern Texas Dallas can get this Captain Falcon off of the stage.
He tries to get another attack off, but that just allows Falcon to launch him off. However, Bowser responds doing a spin mid-air and then tries to prevent his recovery with a powerful breath, but Falcon just waits it out and gets back on stage here.
Yeah, and now this Bowser, it's really going to be the battle of who can get the heavy hit first. And it looks like this Bowser's playing it a little safer, is taking some poke damage, and now the percentages are so close.
PSU tries to go in for an attack, but is unsuccessful as Bowser throws them off the side and tries to prevent the recovery there. Is unable to as Falcon counters him and launches him off to the other side of the stage.
Yeah, and now you're getting into very dangerous territory, almost 200%. And actually, Captain Falcon will get a stock taken off of him. Nice dodge, even if he wasn't vulnerable. And now this Bowser, 213%.
We are seeing the heavy character privileges kick in here as Bowser is not out of it yet. He's trying to keep Falcon back where he's at only a measly 14%. It is a long way to go, but Bowser is trying his best right now.
Yeah, definitely. Even if you are a heavy character, 213% is not where you want to be. This Captain Falcon still has a lot of percentage to play with.
Falcon tries to launch him off the side, but is unable to, and Bowser gets a solid standard spin attack off of him, but Falcon just grabs him and throws him off the side. However, Bowser did manage to do what the others could not and get him down to one stock.
think the first character got a stock off
It's
as well.
true. Yeah.
So, Falcon with 1 stock left. I think there's 1 character left for
1 or 2, yeah. So
yeah, I
we're
think
close to the end.
So we'll see if University of Northern Texas Dallas can do it. Do you think they can do it?
I think that they have a really good chance, especially now that Falcon is in the danger zone for, of course, just making mess-ups, as we've saw with the Bowser there. If the other team manages to get Falcon in a spot where they just prevent him from recovering, that's it for Falcon, and he has no way to recover from that. So I think this is a really good spot for them if they can pull that off, of course.
Yeah, definitely. Also, taking that Captain Falcon off would provide kind of a good morale boost. The guy who's kind of been kicking your team down, I guess figuratively and literally with this Captain Falcon, getting him off and seeing what the next character is maybe would, sort of help the performance of University of Northern Texas Dallas. However.
Yeah, absolutely. As we all know, it definitely is quite the blow to morale when you're getting beat up by just 1 character. So maybe having a new character come in for them to face, especially if maybe they're just not good against Falcon, could be what they need. So this next match will be very important for them as we go in to see what's going to happen next. And it's Joker.
It's Joker from the hit game Persona 5.
As we wait for the stocks to reset, Joker sits there on the edge of danger, waiting for his elusive foe.
Yeah. So, we'll see if this Joker is spamming his guns, trying to get some poke damage out, actually is getting a good amount of damage out on this Captain Falcon, able to dodge, not able to actually dodge that attack. But it looks like this Joker might be able to challenge this Captain Falcon.
He got some solid burn damage off there with his ranged attack, and Falcon is unable, well, it does manage to knock him off, but Joker does have Arson now, so he has to be careful because Arson is a powerful tool. However, Falcon just does not let up and is able to keep him back there, only letting him get in a poke before half of his Arson left.
Definitely. Now this Joker getting awakened, but it doesn't even matter because that stock is taken off. This is just the power of Captain Falcon. You think you're safe in the center of the stage, and the next thing you know, you're off the map.
Falcon at 55% as he is just trying to knock Joker back. Joker does have Arson, though, and is able to get a powerful attack off because of it, keeping Falcon on the edge of the stage there now as he patiently waits to recover and gets back near the middle.
Yep, definitely using up some of that meter. This Captain Falcon at 94%. It looks like they're both trying to play a little bit safer, but this, oh my god. And that is Joker getting a stock taken off 109%. This Captain Falcon is relentless.
Captain Falcon at 94. He's still not quite in the danger zone where he needs to be for this Joker to be able to knock him off unless he gets a very solid hit. As Falcon is now playing right next to the ledge, he knows what he wants. He's trying to get Joker off there, but he's unable to as Joker recovers and gains Arson.
Yeah. So this Joker is stronger now. Is at 85% though. Oh, 108%. And it's over.
With a straight shot off, Joker is launched to the edge of the screen there. Falcon completely annihilating him, unfortunately, there, as he really wasn't in danger there
I
for a lot
guess
of the
you could
game.
say you never saw it coming. Yeah, so that was actually the last character of the University of Northern Texas Dallas. Was Joker, so Boise State does take the victory, and I am sorry for the poor joke. My co-caster will have to bear with it.
It's all right. That's why we're here, to give out the corny jokes. I mean, I made a joke about the knee of justice, which seemed to serve them well as he managed to take out the entire team this time, completely destroying the University of Northern Texas Dallas for Boise State, allowing them to continue further in the NACE League this year.
Yeah, definitely. The Captain Falcon just doing all the heavy lifting, his teammates breathing a sigh of relief that they don't have to play. Or maybe they're actually jealous because they're like, I wanted to play.
They would have loved, I'm sure, to get in there and just kind of go at it, especially with, DDD, as we've mentioned, and some of the other powerful characters. I know that BSU sometimes pulls out the Sephiroth, the one that we kept talking about. But it was fun to see a variety of characters in there that we haven't seen before. I was happy to see Bowser. I love him. He's my favorite turtle boy. And I know that he can definitely be a hard character to use, but I love how sometimes people walk up to him and forget he can just grab you, and that's one of his abilities. It's great. Love him. Sorry that he wasn't able to defeat Captain Falcon, but he did put in his best there, and as did all of the characters, but it was not enough, unfortunately, for them.
Yep. Oh, so we might actually have another match that is to be determined.
If that's the case, what are you excited for seeing, potentially? Or what do you think should change if they want to be able to defeat Falcon there?
I don't think, at this point, you've tried several characters. You've tried several strategies. I don't think, actually, you try to change anything. I think you just try to play the game the best of your ability.
Just outplay him.
Just outplay the Captain Falcon. Just have good hands. I don't know what to...
I mean, you're not wrong. You do have to have some really good reaction time for Smash Bros. You have to know exactly when you want to pull up your shield, when you want to dodge, when to recover, of course, because everyone loves to punish. But before we go into that final match, we are going to do some replays of...
Yeah. So we'll actually get into some of these replays of what we have seen so far.
Get to look back, see some of the good moments, maybe some of the bad, who knows? But that's why we get to watch them as we go into the match between Captain Falcon and Joker. As Arsene comes out, Captain Falcon immediately just denies him any usage of that.
Yeah. And I will say this Joker played pretty well against this Captain Falcon, but this Captain Falcon was just playing very excellently.
Just lying in wait there. You could tell in that Joker match that he was just setting it up, just waiting. All he had to do was launch him off the screen. You could see it there. He charged it, and it was done. And that was a thing, too. Joker is one of those characters that does take a lot of damage, and that's part of his kit, which makes him so hard to play, because you kind of have to wait until he's dealing, he has been dealt a lot of damage to actually be super effective with him, unless, of course, you're able to get in a lot of pokes and some solid ranged attacks, which, of course, they were really struggling with, as that Captain Falcon is just so mobile.
Yeah, definitely. Captain Falcon, you just need to get away from this Captain Falcon, and you need to be able to get either range damage or get some melee damage of your own by shielding his attacks, but unfortunately University of Northern Texas Dallas has not been able to do that.
Yeah, as we go into our next replay, we see it was Bowser versus Captain Falcon, as they were both at their 2 stock mark. Bowser tried to get off a few successful ranged attacks, but it was unable to, as Captain Falcon just denied him and punished him for the stall time. And now we are in the current match with BSU versus Little Mac.
Yeah, and we are actually joined by a guest. We have Boise State player Keking. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. It's been a blast watching Boise State play.
Yep. So this is the second set, game 1.
And it looks... Yeah, and it looks like Captain Falcon is actually on the edge of the ring there with Little Mac, as he's dangerously close to being launched off, but unfortunately Little Mac does go off the edge with that horrible recovery.
Yeah, with
that
a
we
recovery
mentioned.
like that, any sort of hit without the double jump, they're not going to be able to make it back. So you can kind of just run back center stage, reset, and get ready for the next stop.
You just get to watch any popcorn as he falls off the side.
Yeah.
Which we see as he tries to do that with Captain Falcon. Unfortunately, Captain Falcon does have some decent recovery as they go back in. Captain Falcon managing to get off a couple solid hits.
Ooh, and the air dodge. Yeah, with air dodging, Little Mac not going to be able to make it back. Yeah, that Captain Falcon recovery is pretty good distance. It has a lot of drift on the end, so that's what makes it really good.
A lot of control.
Was that a 3 stock from Diggle?
I think it was.
I think it was,
okay.
yes. It was
perfect.
Yep. So this is a crew battle best of 3. So that means Boise State took the first round. It is possible for University of Northern Texas Dallas to come back and actually win the next 2 matches, or Boise State could close it out with this first match.
Yeah, so we've been talking a lot about the Falcon, as he's been very prevalent, and now that we have you on stage, do you have any suggestions for how they might deal with the Falcon, or how Falcon might just keep them on their toes for the rest of this game?
So when you deal with Falcon, he doesn't have that many disjoints. He has really good frame data just because of how fast he is. So either you want to scrap with him up close with a similarly like good frame data character, something like Fox, or you want to outrange him. Sorties are really good with that. So any Pyramithra, any Lucina, Sephiroth, generally very good.
The fan favorite anime character, yes.
Yes. Sephiroth, the long hair, he's very beautiful. So maybe it is that beauty that will be able to defeat this Captain Falcon, but for now, it looks like the rampage is just continuing.
I mean, I don't know, man. He does pick the pink skin, though. That is a great skin for Captain Falcon. So I think it might be a beauty contest if that's what happens. So we'll have to see who comes out on top there. But it could be interesting. Like you talked about, a lot of long-range characters or similar characters to Captain Falcon may be the solution. Do you have any particular characters besides, you mentioned...
for Rushdown characters?
Yeah, you mentioned Fox as one character that might be good for Falco.
Or you can take the best of both worlds and play Pyramithra.
You could. That's absolutely. She's one of those very fun characters from the DLC. That
very fast frame data, really good nair, has a landing hitbox on the nair, so even if you shield it, if you drop too early, it can convert into a lot of things. She has a really good back air string, just back air, back air, back air.
I do remember a lot of that when she first came out, yeah.
Big disjoints, and then, of course, you can always switch to Pyra and just swing when they're on ledge, sort of get that good edge guard. Just how big Pyra's down air is, really good spike option.
Oh, yes. And as, of course, we saw Falcon actually do a couple spikes on, especially the poor Bowser at one point there, just was unable to recover due to Falcon. Is there any other characters besides maybe good characters for countering Falcon that you might be excited to see? Because just because it might be it might not be the best pick doesn't mean we don't want to see it, of course.
I am a huge Marth fan.
You're a Marth fan. One of the Fire Emblem guys.
Yes. And then I would love to see Palu, just because I play Palu personally.
Hey.
It's sort of my main.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to see your main be played, and nothing wrong with wanting it to see it be played well.
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, hey, I was excited when Bowser came on screen. He's one of my mains. I picked him up, and I was like, ooh, heavy character's really fun, because my brother loves to play Pac-Man. And so he would get very frustrated with me because he's like, why haven't you died? You're at 250. And I'm like, you'll never stop me. I am too heavy.
Very underrated choice, but Hero's always a fun character to watch. Just the RNG, the randomness.
You never know. You might just self-destruct, but it is wonderful.
I can speak from experience. It's not fun getting hit by it, but it sure is fun watching it.
Oh, absolutely. I can't imagine the pain you would feel when you think you have just the perfect opening and then it's gone. Yep. But of course, it sounds like we are going into the next match, and it is Pyramithra.
Starting off with the side B, that's a pretty good option to command space. And so what we see now is that because he's on the Pyra, slower frame data, Diggle's going to be more aggressive, wanting to just overwhelm him.
Definitely, and it looks like a lot of early damage is being taken by this Pyramithra. Captain Falcon, not so much.
Yep. Oh, tries to read the roll in there. Good side B. Sort of just commanding space.
Yeah, Falcon is just waiting below for his good moment and is able to launch Mithra into the sky there.
Yep, side B's the wrong way. Okay, misses the punish on that. So Mithra's just retreating back to the other side of the stage. Doesn't really want to get in these scrappy situations, sort of wants to command more space.
Yeah, that's what happens. You enter the danger zone, get in those 100% range, and this Captain Falcon will knock you straight from the center of the stage.
Oh yeah, he sees red and you're gone. That's just what he does. And as they switch back to Pyra now, maybe to get that, but just unfortunate spike for them there.
Yeah, just that's the sort of Falcon thing. He's so fast, you can't really read what he's going to do next, especially with such an unpredictable player like this.
Oh, definitely. He has been all over the place tonight, and he is keeping it up as he tries to launch Pyra into the sky. Is not able to combo it, but is able to get a few more hits off before Pyra can do anything.
Okay. Just upbeat a little too soon.
The most unfortunate thing about having an up B that goes up and then down. Very dangerous and very risky.
Yeah, it does have its mix-ups because you can do it from ledge. You can do it really high up from ledge and sort of get down super fast and then get that ledge invincibility. But generally it's easily gimpable, especially when you go over You can kind of hit them, or you can jump over it and spike them, like what we saw with that one stock, the second stock, I believe.
Yeah, totally. It's definitely going to be like that's a very dangerous thing, and the high risk, high reward strat does pay off for you, but it also is extremely punishable, as you said.
Yeah.
And so it'll be interesting to see where they go next, as they've tried out quite a few different character styles now to try and deal with this Falcon, and he's been unrelenting tonight. Do you have anything special to note about this particular player? You mentioned he's pretty unpredictable.
Yeah, so Diggle, he likes to play fast, he plays loud, he plays in your face. You can see it physically, he does that as well. If you look at him in any sort of player cam, he is a very expressionate player. A lot of dramatic hand movements. He just knows when to press buttons and sort of just tries to overwhelm you. It's a very good play style on a very fast character.
Oh, definitely. I could feel his overwhelming presence from the stage here a few times where I was just like, okay, I get it.
Yep.
If I was the one holding the controller on the other side, I'd be like, all right, I understand. You got it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just watching this Captain Falcon, and I'm sweating over here. My palms are getting sweaty. Just being like, dude, chill out. You're killing him too fast.
You're good, man. You've got he's got plenty of team kills going so far. I mean, he did get the full roster before, so now that we're into this second set, it's going to be interesting to see if that continues or if some of the other Boise State players get to shine.
Yeah.
If there are any that we do get to see, who would you be excited to see play next?
So I really like watching Season Curly's play. I love Wario. That's another fun character. Doesn't play as well online. That is an important thing to note, is the online meta is sort of different just because the the input delay that's innate with the Nintendo Online. But okay, we're getting to the next match. The Bowser is back.
Ooh, new skin though. That might be what they need to win, as it's now red versus pink.
Red versus pink. So maybe it is a battle of the beauty. Maybe.
You never know.
Yeah, Bowser is a very, very handsome character. Actually, getting a good amount of damage.
I mean, hey, he sounds pretty good in the new movie trailer that we got to see recently.
Oh, just hitting him with the down airs. You got to choose a different tech option there.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, tries to read the high jump. Good down air from Bowser.
Bowser really favors the down airs, and which was an area that Captain Falcon punished him a lot for last time, so we'll have to see if this continues or if Bowser mixes it up a little bit.
It is a good option. Great call out with the People's Knee, or Knee of Justice.
The People's Knee, if I remember correctly. I think I mixed it up a few times, but yes, the People's Knee, one of our Captain Falcon's favorite ways to get people off the stage there.
Just more down airs, but they just seem to be hitting air.
Yeah, down air from Bowser is a good option in moderation, as with everything. You don't want to exactly use it too many times to make yourself predictable. And we see here Diggle just abusing the fact that keeps down airing, keeps landing unsafely. He gets that with the up smash.
Yeah, this is one of the cons of heavy characters is that they're heavy. They're kind of predictable. So
yeah, which means, of course, you always have to be really good about varying your attacks, which is we're not seeing a lot of here, which is unfortunate because Bowser has some really solid side attacks as well, though he did manage to land a really solid down B there.
And there we go, again, with the unsafe landing. You got to mix it up. You got to use your double jumps, fastballs, any way to get down different.
Falcon took complete advantage of the stall there and gave us another look at the People's Knee, as we talked about, launching him straight off the side.
Yep. The People's Knee, he's very popular, and
we've seen it a lot.
takes another player off of the University of Northern Texas, Dallas there. Still has 3 stocks.
Still has 3 stocks. Yeah, that's going to be quite the challenge. We're down 2 characters. It was a best of 3 for this, so they are they're definitely going to be struggling here as they don't have too many characters left. If I remember correctly, it was
I think this is the last.
I think this might be the last. Yeah, so I believe that there's not going to be that many characters left at all. I wonder, last time it was, who was the last character that he fought?
Joker.
It was Joker. Right, Joker, yes, who got a very unfortunate just play there from the Falcon where he was able to just kind of expertly knock him off the side, telegraph it all the way.
Yep.
So we'll have to see if it's Joker next. Joker was an interesting play. How did you think about, what did you think about that one now that you're with us?
So Joker is one of those characters that struggles more online, like I was saying before. There is a bit of a different meta online versus offline play, but Joker is still just a solid character, solid high tier. He's got Arsene, he's got Gun, which is a really good option. It sort of just stops you and it kind of halts your momentum. He's got really good combos out of grabs and consistent and reliable kill setups. So he has the fair one drag downs, everything like that. But when you get overwhelmed, sometimes you're not able to do that. It's Meta Knight here, Meta Knight.
Oh, we get to see a new character now. Well, another new character as Captain Falcon goes against Meta Knight and is able to get the first hits in, bringing him up to 30% there.
See if this Meta Knight can drill into this Captain Falcon. Pummels him into the ground, though.
Air dodges in, just barely missing.
Meta Knight does do a solid grab there, able to launch Falcon off the side, but allows him to recover there.
Just trying to ledge trap with that F smash. That F smash is so fast, has almost no in lag, so it's a really good option to sort of catch people trying to jump in. And then you can hit them with the follow-up.
Falcon just
Like that.
shielding there, but is unable to time that and gets launched off the side, but does counter, kind of resetting things back there.
Yeah, and actually tries to disrupt the recovery, isn't successful, but this Captain Falcon is getting up into the 80% alongside this Meta Knight, so it's anybody's game. Actually, Meta Knight, as I say that, takes about 30% more damage.
Okay, Meta Knight has him off stage. Meta Knight very good at edge guarding with that nair. You saw he stripped back a little bit, misses, but now we're resetting thing and Meta Knight's off stage. Doesn't have to worry. Really great recovery from Meta Knight.
Yeah, he can just fly right back up to the stage, and
that up smash is going to scoop you from a mile away.
Yeah, and Captain Falcon has been having just a field day with that too, as he's at 102%, which is a little dangerous for him, but as we've seen, unless they get a really solid combo off on him, they're not really able to. As that almost launches him off, but it's just quite not enough.
Okay, good idea throwing out the jab to disrupt side B. That time the armor kicks in and gets through. Yeah. Diggle was looking for a roll-in right there. Meta Knight makes this match.
yeah, definitely. So Meta Knight probably not going to get ledged unless he literally gets knocked off the stage. As I say that, Captain Falcon gets knocked off the stage. So really, this is going to be the battle of the percentages.
Oh yeah, and Captain Falcon still has quite the lead with Meta Knight already being in a definitely like horrible percentage for him, with Falcon at 0 and him at 124. If he's not careful, Captain Falcon will launch him off the side here.
Yep, and this is the sort of percent where almost anything's going to kill from Falcon. Knee will definitely kill. Back air, he has a lot of confirms. He also has that up B that sort of is like a command grab. It's a really good option.
Yeah, that one almost got him. And 160%, you're sweating. And
catches him jumping out of the corner.
That's the stock.
And we see here, Battlefield as a stage is just really good for both these characters, but Diggle seems to be taking better advantage with the platforms, trying to get those resets, trying to mix up where he's throwing out his moves to catch you landing on the platform.
Yeah, definitely. He is using the elevation to his advantage. And this Meta Knight isn't able to find much, but right now the Captain Falcon does have the higher percentage.
Oh, goes for the Falcon Punch. If he had turned that around, that would have hit.
But of course, he might have missed the Falcon Punch, but the People's Knee came out.
The People's Knee prevails.
Yeah. And the fact we didn't get to see Joker, I guess you could say, was the last surprise.
Oh my gosh.
Bit of a surprise.
I'm sorry, it was a reference.
And with that, Boise State wins the best of 3 against the University of Northern Texas, Dallas. What do you think after just some final thoughts here?
I just want to give a huge shout out to Diggle. Took every stock, I believe.
Oh yeah.
24.
Yep.
24 stocks. And he only lost 1 stock in that second set.
And
so
2 in the other
Yes.
one.
So
Just
3 overall.
3 stocks drop. Amazing
That's
performance.
8-to-1 ratio.
We got to give it up to him for that performance.
Yeah.
the
So
people's knee is really becoming a lot more like prominent than we thought.
yeah. So I don't think there's going to be any debate from Boise State on who was the player of the game.
There's only one player.
Exactly. So who do you think the player of the game was?
I'm going to have to say Doc for picking out an amazing team.
Hey.
You know, without Doc, the team wouldn't be around, and we
Yeah.
wouldn't have seen the Captain Falcon just go in and take every single stock. So, I say that's a fair nomination.
However, I'm going to have to say it's Diggle.
I'll give you that one.
You know what?
I'll give it up.
Yeah, no, I don't know. You sure? You
Yeah,
sure?
no,
You sure it's
I'm
gonna
sure.
be Diggle? Maybe one of the other characters that came in.
Well, some of us provided some great moral support.
I see.
Always got to give a shout out to your background cheerleaders.
That's always important, of course. We love when we have our moral support. Even if they didn't get to play, they were always there cheering him on as he took out stock after stock. It was a wonderful game to watch. I think that the other team, had some solid plays against him. They just really did not deal with the fact that he was doing a good job countering them.
They struggled with dealing with his rushdown play style. So if you go back and watch, a lot of what you see is what Diggle will do is he'll get up in your face, he'll combo you, and then he backs off and waits for you to choose some sort of panic option, and then recycles it and just punishes you, waits for you to do some
keeps
sort
you
of
on your
panic
toes,
option.
basically. Yeah.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Diggle definitely didn't have any broken play there. He was just getting so much damage without taking anything in return.
I mean, the only time he ever really messed up was when he lost 3 stocks. But of course, that was 3 to the 24, I think we said,
Yeah,
that he
24,
took out.
8-to-1 ratio.
I'd say that's pretty good. And it looks like we are going into the player of the game. Who could have guessed? It was indeed Diggle.
Oh,
I love the picture.
What's that player profile?
Hits him with the Cristiano Ronaldo back air. That's the back hit of the up air.
Yeah.
Is that the official term?
Yeah, that's what we call it. It's the little soccer kick. Great up smash again. That's the up smash. It's going to scoop you from so far away.
Yeah. Definitely had several fantastic plays. Just
Always keeping people on their toes and just keeping them off the stage, which is a great way to incite panic. And of course, the player of the game is brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. Diggle is the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game. Congratulations, you did incredible tonight.
I'm so proud of our Boise State Smash team. I don't know how our other players performed tonight, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I say that with all the love in my heart because the fact that we have such excellent players that we don't need to bring up our reserves or backup.
Yeah, it's always good to get a win knowing that you can kind of just sit tight. You don't even have to play. You have someone who's so good that they can kind of just take that commanding lead. And as a teammate, it feels really good to know that you have someone like that on your side.
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, of course, as we've seen in previous matches, when Diggle was taken out, we have seen some impressive other players on the team, as we talk about before the DDD plays that we saw last time the Super Smash Bros. Team got to play. That was insane. And hopefully we'll get to see more of them, as tonight we will bring you the top 5 plays from the game. It was an incredible night,